Okay, sorry. I had to get all prepped here, use the bathroom, get some coffee, and all that fun stuff. Okay, I might as well sit in my seat I've made here, spot to watch the sunrises at. But, yeah. August 6th, 2025. Craziness. What a world we live in, eh? Yeah, I was just watching some YouTube earlier and some interesting online character types or whatever. And yeah, it's funny. Like I'm always curious, like watching videos about different generations and how they view other generations, and how other generations their trends are and whatnot, and behaviors and whatnot. And man, it's crazy. Like it's kind of funny or interesting, honestly, like to think about the younger generations these days. And I'm millennial, so I'm old school, I would say, in that regard, and a little. Well, I am old. I'm in mid-40s, so. But I don't know. I think back about my 20s and 30s, and like late teens, like 19, 18, and all 18, from my 18 to 28, I would say. It's like that decade. Oh my God, I had so much fun. Like, I'm so glad that during most of that time there wasn't the internet and online social media. Oh, hang on, let's try out my chair with the sunrise. Here he comes. But yeah, no, like that's one good thing I feel like my generation had, was that we're in the beginning of early technology, so we had a lot of cool things happening all the time. But at the same time, we didn't have like established social media yet, like Facebook, Twitter, early stuff. That wasn't until like mid 2000s, like between 2005, 2008 or so, when we started. So like my college careers was in the late 90s to early 2000s, and I don't know. My generation, we partied, like we drank a lot of alcohol, which, younger generations are smarter. They don't drink alcohol like we did. But the thing that happens when you drink alcohol is that your perceptions of other people's feeling towards you disappear, so you come out of your shell. It's gives you like what I call quote unquote Superman mode at times, where you feel like you're indestructible, and you got everything. Like you get overconfident about stuff, which I love. Like, and the thing like about those situations, that no one had cameras really at all. Like I had my first digital camera in 2003, and I was the only person ever at any camera that had a digital camera at that time. And I'm kind of glad I did. But the funny thing is, all the pictures were so horrible because we didn't have, it was like 4 megapixel cameras, no image stabilization. I mean, shutter frame rates were not manual and just crap. But lighting, low light pictures were just horrible, like blob, pixelated black pixels. But the thing is, I mean, the good thing is that it allowed us just to have so much fun, like. Because there's no real evidence of our fun, except for our stories. And that's one thing, that I've been seeing, like, videos on, like, about... I watch a lot of videos with people talking about, other videos, like, I don't know. It's kind of seems like a thing these days, so... Another trend. But, like, I was watching one about Gen Z, I guess, it was. Yeah, Gen Z. So, like, 20-year-olds right now. And, like, seeing their clubs, I'm like... all they're doing, like, is standing around listening to a DJ or taking pictures of their videos. I'm like, what? I don't dance. I don't know how to dance at all. I suck at dancing. But you know what? I go to a club, I get a drink or two in me, I'm dancing. It's horrible. It's cringy as hell. But you know what? I'm having fun. Like, weddings, man. The last few weddings, like, the last 10 years I go to, like, I used to, like, be self-conscious about dancing at weddings. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Let's get this party started. Because, you get out there, making a fool of yourself. Then someone it's going to be like, hey, I can't let them drown. So they come out and make a fool with you. You start having some fun. People start seeing that, and, it's contagious, man. Like, I don't do clubs or anything, but I thought about just going to a club just to see if it's really like that right now. And if so, I'll be the cringy-ass dude just busting out some dance moves that don't make sense in the middle and get the party started, yo. Like, that's the thing I like about my generation, is that we didn't care, man. I mean, that was like, actually, I feel like part of it, you know, the alternative rock era phase was like, you know what, we don't give a F what you think. We're gonna have fun no matter what. Just, if we look like fools doing it, even better. Even better, man. You know, it's like, recognize. I know what I am. But you know what? I'm having fun, and that's all that really matters. I don't care if I look a fool. That's like the designs I noticed these days. I was in like a mall, a couple malls recently. I've been like in stores, walking around Target and stuff, and I just kind of look at like the trend, the stuff they got in the mannequins, and I'm just like, dude, I feel like I went back to like the 60s, no, like the 70s. Like, no, not even, because they had good polyester and all those cool, colorful patterns. I don't know, it's like the other people online have said, it's like a dystopian blandness. Like, no colors, no pop, no one wants to risk. It's like everyone's trying to conform to a singular image, which is so boring. Which I feel like this gives an opportunity for people that are just unique and don't give an F to be like, to shine brightly, baby. Like, that was my thing in life. Like, I knew, well, from the get-go in my situation, I was a adopted Korean in a white Norwegian farming town in Minnesota. So yeah, I already knew that I stuck out like a sore thumb no matter where I was in that area. So, you know what I did? I just embraced that I was going to be always the odd man out, no matter where I was, and just go with it. And the thing is, it allowed me to grow as an individual faster than most. Like, accepted who I was at a younger age than most probably, and figured out that, figuring out one's self-identity is one of the most important things a person can do in life. And, you don't have to lie about who you really are. We are who we are. Good, bad, like honest, liar, cheater. But I think it's a matter of coming to terms with ourselves of who we really are, And if we want to change who we are, that's part of the process. You gotta be real with yourself, Like, yeah, I know when I was younger, I did, I tried to calculate, to manipulate people to do things. And you know what? It always failed and backfired horribly. And you know what? I learned from that. You don't do that. And you grow as you get older. I mean, I'd say in the last 5 years, my whole philosophy on life has just changed so much. Well, my whole life situation has changed so much in 5 years. Like, going from a high-paying, high-level IT job at a law firm that traveled all over the country, responsible for a lot of shit, a lot of high tech, made a lot of money, spent a lot of money. Yeah. Then I, dropped. Well, I got let go / left the firm, and my dad passed away, and my mom, she basically had early diagnosis of dementia a couple years before that, and I knew that is either putting mom in like memory care, or I quit my job and come back from the city and go to the farm and take care of her. And I saw my grandparents, when they were older, my mom and dad. My mom, she couldn't take care of them because obviously she was a farmer's wife and parent of 2 kids and busy as heck. And so when they got old enough to the point where they couldn't do it themselves at like their own apartment in town, they had to go to nursing home. We'd go visit them every weekend, every Saturdays, or Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. So I have vivid memories of how nursing homes have been or were like back in those days. So, and I feel like, prior to all that happening, I personally felt I had grown as a human too, where I started becoming the hippie I am nowadays, where, the whole we can all win, and there doesn't have to be losers in life, really. I mean, I don't know why you think there has to be. There doesn't have to be, really. So all we want to do is just live our lives in peace and have a little happiness and joy in it, I feel like that's what everyone wants a little bit of, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, so for me, it was like pretty obvious that I had to I wasn't gonna put mom in a memory care center ever. And my sister didn't want to ever do that either. It's gonna be between. It basically came down to a decision between her or I, which of us was gonna do it. And at that point, I was, currently unemployed on like administrative leave. Actually, at that point, I think I was still getting paid full time, but just was not going to the office or had access to anything in the network, and it was weird. Like getting paid to do nothing for a while there. So I realized, I told my sister, like, you know what, I'll do it. Because mom and I have always gotten along better than her. So my sister and her would always bang heads, and I felt like mom and I would relate pretty good. And I'd saved up more money than her, my sister. I know she's been working at Walmart forever, and I've been, working IT jobs in the city here, and living pretty good, and, have my own condo still, and had bought that during the crash, so I got my place for half off, basically, and got a crazy mortgage rate of 2.75%, I think, on it, and basically would have it paid off within 10 years of that happening. So that's, I figured, and I'd been budgeting prior to that all too, so I could figure out how much money I needed just to scrape by. Thankfully, I figured out how much it was and got that all figured out. So my sister and I talked, and I told her, yeah, I can do this. I can be a mom's living caregiver 24/7, just as long as I can have like one weekend every month off to come to the condo and check on it, and have like a day on my couch where I don't have to think about a single person or any issue, or you don't text me or anything unless it's life threatening or whatever. So, which I'm very lucky and thankful to my sister for allowing me to have that respite time. That's like a thing that most caregivers never get. Like, nonetheless, caregiving is it's a physically, mentally, emotionally demanding process, and financially too. It can be. Most caregivers that I know or have read about, they get wrecked financially, emotionally, everything. It's like the worst part. I honestly think of caregiving. The hardest part is towards the very end, when things start really going down fast. Right away from mom and I, the first 3 years are very good. I mean, she even broke her hip the second year I was her caregiver. Like, I don't know, I was bringing groceries in, and she was coming in and must have tried to sit down in a chair, didn't let it get underneath her enough, and just fell right to the ground. I came in, she was screaming. I'm like, oh shit. Quick, call my sister, then call 911. Get a broken hip, and this is during COVID era too, so that really sucked. And then, then that night, had all the doctors did their thing, thankfully. And she got really good care, like, for her time. Got set up to get her hip replaced, or fixed, or whatever, the next, I think it was that day after. And, got it all done, and it went well. And sad thing was, I found out, how, this is the moment I realized how underinformed medical medicals were of dementia at that time, in 2001 era or so. Like, I told them, like, okay, guys, I need to stay with my mom all the time, because she's going to try to get up at some point, thinking not remembering that she broke her hip, and that's going to be bad. And the hospital's like, oh, no, don't worry, we'll have a nurse there making sure. I'm like, no, really, I don't think you understand. I will do this, like, stay there in the room so you don't have to have a person stay with her all day, every single hour. But nope, they said go home. I'm like, okay. So that was weird. Like, I remember going home thinking I would have a relief for a few days, like a couple days of break, and not have to worry too much, they'd watch over her. Sure enough, 3 hours later, get a call. Yep, your mom tried to get out of the bed and fell and might have chipped her other hip. I'm like, are you serious? And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you can spend all the time in her room, all the time. You're allowed to spend the whole day, all day, whatever you want to come and go. I'm like, okay, good. Yeah, it's like, that just like showed me, like, that's like, why didn't you listen to me? I was her 24/7-hour caregiver for a year and a half already, and I understood exactly my mom and how she worked and how this was going down. Why don't you listen to the caregiver? That's a frustrating thing I think caregivers have with medical professionals and people in the medical field and dealing with them, is that they appreciate or acknowledge how well caregivers understand the patients. It's like it's like they're insulted that we know something that they don't know because they're a medical professional that's gone to school for it and got paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do it, and we're just a caregiver, which is not an insult. We want the best outcome for the person we're caring for. We're just helping you do your job. It's not like calling you out for not knowing what you're doing. It's you. Doctors have way too many, situations to think about, and let's be honest, older people is probably not the higher priority, unfortunately, which is sad that we've gotten to a point in society where we don't value the elders in our society anymore. They've become a burden on us, and at times, the elders too have violated the rules of society and not making way for the young, affording the benefits that they receive as young people, but now they are old and are in position to help the young people get their foot in the door too, like they did, That's, I think, it's a crazy thing. It feels weird. It's like the social contract between all the generations and all age groups and types of people have just gone out the window. Like, we somehow allowed there to be no ethics anymore. There's no morality. Sorry, it kind of got to be a little negative here, but it's something I'm noticing. Like, the people in society we need to treasure the most, like teachers, medical workers, caregivers. Oh, man, we need to, they're like the most crapped on people in society, the jobs. Most underappreciated, most underpaid. Like, the thing is, here's the shittiest thing ever. Like, I got, paid from caregiving for my mom, because if I didn't, I would be financially ruined right now. I would lose everything, whatever. So I got paid, in the end, $42,000 a year before taxes. So I'd equate about $35,000 after taxes. It put me in a pretty low income bracket. So my health care was about $100 a month in Minnesota because we have MN Care, which subsidizes the cost of health care if you don't make much money, which, thank you, Minnesota. Which, thank you again. Right now, I'm on medical assistance. I don't pay anything for my insurance because I don't make any money right now. I'm kind of just riding on a little bit of money I got from mom when she passed, so. But, I have a year's worth, and I've been doing all my finance stuff, but nonetheless, whatever. But, yeah, it's like, I don't know. Tend to, veer off. Like a dog, squirrel. But yeah, so I made basically $37,000 a year. Doing a job, if mom would have been in memory care, the cost to have her in memory care, which when the care would be nothing, I can tell you for direct experience, it'd be nothing like I offer, which was 24/7 care, interactions all the time, taking care of. We always had her shower every day or every other day, and toenail clippings every time they're getting long and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of the job I did. It was a dignified care and then for her. So I think what she would have wanted. But yeah, no, that care I offered, which you wouldn't get even at the nicest places because they just don't have the numbers, and it's all owned by private equity these days, which is a fucking tragedy and should be illegal because of all the people that are dying because of it. But no one talks about it or thinks about it or cares about it. Anywho, the cost of what I would offer her is about $7,500 to $10,000 a month for that kind of memory care that I was giving her. Think about that. That's $120,000 a year to about $175,000 a year. Yeah, so all that money that anyone ever saved up, their parents, they think they're going to get that. They're not getting. No one's getting their money. There's no generational wealth transfer. Dementia is going to be widespread. It hasn't ever been before because everyone's living a lot longer now, a lot longer. So they're not dying of heart disease in their 70s before dementia really kicks in. For the majority that do get it. Yeah, it's crazy. Like this is another health epidemic that's coming that people aren't talking about. The first wave was the retirement of all the baby boomers. People want to blame that on like the set recession economy, but no. Like there's like a really right now, the truth of the matter is there's actually a huge untalked about worker shortage actually. Because the thing is right now, everyone that's currently working is really fucking good at their jobs or literally have forced to do at least their job and someone else's job, if not three jobs. Like, I can just see it from people I know that have been getting let go. I'm just like, who's doing your job? They're like, well, it's this person. I'm like, whoa. Like, here's the thing though, like, right now, this house of cards is still standing very well because all the systems that, in IT at least, this is the prediction I have, all the systems in IT right now are running very smoothly because the people that built them are people like me, millennials. We built most of the infrastructure at all these companies, IT companies, in the last 10, 15 years. We went through the whole process of all the technological advancements in the enterprise and personal realm, hands on, and we built systems that were good. Like we understand the philosophies and just the fundamentals that are we created those. I mean, our lives. Like, I mean, we work directly with vendors, probably like IBM, and them help develop technologies at times, or troubleshoot technologies and issues and servers and stuff. So right now, all that stuff is running fine because the hardware's holding up, and there isn't anything major happening. But eventually, in the next year or so, things are really gonna break. And you can only put a banding on computer infrastructure for so long until the whole house just falls. That one last card that's just a little too much. And all of a sudden, poof. So so expect even more crazy crap happening online to services and whatnots, like outages. Like I've been data hoarding for the last 15 to 20 years, like anticipating what's currently happening right now. Basically the censoring of the internet, the locking down of media and content. Um, yeah, it's it's the dark prediction I didn't want to be kind of right about. But in a way too, there's another hope I have is that when we get forced into situations like these, things like torrents become a thing and exist. That's P2P technology is going to take off now. Like this is just pushing a part of technology that's kind of really lingered because it seemed like the internet and all the tech bros were on our side, and they're doing this for the quote unquote better good of humanity and everyone to make the world a better place. And then of course Google removed them from their motto, try not to be evil, from their whole ethos and about me page. And then you knew. Like we didn't realize it back then. What was that, 2008 or 2009 they did that? We didn't realize it though, but that was kind of the beginning. No, that was like 2000 teens at least. Nonetheless, it was the beginning of, the institution of it all. Like, again, like I said previously, like I purposely bought my MacBook Pro, a 2021 model, then versus a even newer M4, just, well, price being a factor. Price for the configuration I wanted, which was super high-end RAM and super high-end of storage. So basically 64 gigs of RAM I wanted and 4 terabytes or 8 terabytes of storage. And oh my god, an M4 of that costs, holy balls, like $4,000 or something. And then I went spec down like to an M3, M2, still about 22, I'd say about $3,000 in those. So I finally went down to the M1. I'm like, I don't know, can I make the M1 work? But I went the M1 Max because, that thing's a beast. And, yeah, worth it. I got my M1 Max with 4 gigs RAM, 4 terabytes for $1,400 on eBay. Battery cycle count, 34 cycles. 100% health. Yeah. That's good. Hell of a deal. Now I got I was on the roll that week in eBay, like getting deals. Like I got an Ivanki Fusion Max Fusion Dock Max one, which costs about, like, on the website new it's $420, but they usually sell it for about $380. And I actually ended up getting a brand new box, open box, for $200. And it was literally open box, and everything was unopened, untouched, like everything wrapped. So yeah, it was a heck of a good week. Like, I got a crazy config for so cheap, and then like an idiot, I bought an iPad Mini 7, fully spec one. Probably like spent $1,000 on that. So yeah, I'm guilty. I buy a lot of tech at times, but I hadn't bought anything tech in like since I became my mom's caregiver. So this is like my tech splurge after the whole ending of a journey. So I called it the beginning of the next chapter of my life. You know, like, I've broken my life up into 2 chapters, which coincidentally literally line up with middle-age, like, life idea thing. Like, okay, my middle age, like, my midlife crisis was solved by me becoming my mom's caregiver. It fixed the question of what to do, how I want to do, and something meaningful. And I feel in a way it kind of allows me with this life, rest of my life now, not to have to really be that good in the regard. Like, I think I'm allowed to just kind of be lazy if I want, quote unquote, with life, if I want to be now. Like, I don't know, I feel I've paid my life debt, I guess, on this plane so far, and now I'm just playing with house money, as they say. I'm always gonna be good. That's like my goal, is I should just try to promote the good in life, and be a hippie in that regard. When I mention hippie, I'm not like, as a knock, to me that's like a merit badge, honestly. Kind of weird dude that way. I'm a cheesy dude, is what I like to say. A cheesy guy. I have good intentions always. But I'm also a type of person that's not gonna let people walk all over other people either. Like, I'm happy, jolly, but don't piss me off. It's like any nice, really nice person. You never want to get on the bad side. Because that's the thing. Just think of how nice we are, how much crap we could take and still smile and be like, okay, whatever, and not, get upset. Now think if we actually got mad, the amount of energy one has to put into that. The yin and the yang of it all, So that's why I always say, watch out for those really nice people. Don't piss them off. Could go horribly wrong. But, so yeah, going back to the whole healthcare thing, but yeah, like, seriously, $120,000 a year probably for memory care if you want to get a decent one. Wild, man. That's just fucking wild. And so that's why I say that there is going to be no generational wealth transfer. It's going to be wealth transfer to healthcare providers and aka private equity groups. So yeah, look that one up if you have private equity and nursing homes. It's a very sad thing, and I've seen it in my own eyes. It's like I was saying earlier with my mom. She broke her hip at one point, and the rehab thing after you're like old like that is to go to the nursing home to get rehabbed for like 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks where you're mobile enough to use a walker with physical therapy and occupational therapy, you go back home. So basically though, after the whole hospital thing, we talked to the nursing home when we got all that set up, which is a whole crazy thing, talking with the director and everything and setting that up. It's like, yeah, I aged a lot in the last 5 years and the stuff I went through. But yeah, so they basically are like, oh yeah, you can totally be in your mom's room all the time if you want to be, or as you should be, since, otherwise, you think about it, they would require them to use one of their persons, which they're totally understaffed already, to stay with my mom or risk liability of her falling again, So, or fully sedating her, which I'm like, nah, not happening. So yeah, so I stayed in a nursing home for 2 weeks, 24/7 almost. So I'd leave like during the mornings when mom was have breakfast to go and like get food myself at the gas station or grocery store, buy some like things. Or then my sister every couple 4 days she would come by and hang out overnight for me, and then I'd go home and hang out with our mom's cat and my cat, or we're at the farm and check on that and come back and do that again. But yeah, no, I mean, Yeah, it just proved to me that whatever, I just shouldn't feel guilty whatsoever at all for getting paid by my mom for doing what I was doing. I probably should have been paid more, honestly, but that's okay. You know, I didn't go in debt, so that's all that matters. So yeah, it's gonna be a crazy world coming up here. 'Cause my parents were older, like my mom and dad were past in their early to mid 80s, so or in the 40s. So they're like me, kind of between generations. Like they're the end of the boomers and before the what's the next generation of boomers? Is that Gen X? I guess Gen X, then yeah. So yeah, craziness. So a long-winded story that went nowhere, as most of mine do. But yeah, so my advice, honestly, to young people out there is live your life. Like, who, you guys need to start a new trend, young people. Just like ignore the cringe. You are the cringe. Be the cringe, and embrace it, man. Like being a young adult, it's all about faking it in awkward situations and then learning from the awkwardness. Like the first time doing stuff. Like first time you gotta negotiate your own insurance or sign up for it, and like I know a lot of people, young people, get like anxiety and stuff about that. But you know what? Every generation did, dudes. You know what we did? We had to deal with it. It's life. You gotta find ways to deal with it. I mean, maybe life will be different with AI, which again, you never know. That's the big question mark. Again, earliest I say 5 years for things to get really crazy. They're just kind of like been saying lately is that I feel like it's the old era of things right now trying to make its last hurrah and why things seem so horrible. Like legacy ideas are doing it. So we gotta ignore that, guys. We can't continue the legacy of the old way. We gotta make it a new way. Non-scarcity based economy, please. Like, again, I think that's the AI fun factor that they don't think about is what if AI is so super rational that it just looks at all of our economies and equalizes everything instantly? I think that would be freaking awesome, man. Can you imagine that, though? I think that's definitely one of those scenarios, a better of the scenarios than the doomsday one. I mean, in a way, though, when you think about it, equalization of balance, if everyone had the same actual numbers in their bank accounts across the board, it would be a little chaotic, say the least, for the first 30 days. Like, I'm not sure how it would shake out, honestly. It would be chaos. But then again, there might be, obviously, AI is AI, so it'd be a more a more put together plan, I imagine. Like, I feel like it's they're playing like 100 million D chess compared to us humans at that point, I imagine. So, it's like, well, it's probably like AI would be like, well, I'm just actually setting one piece in play for 1,000-year move I'm making. Like, okay, if I do this one thing I've calculated, this will shape humanity and its trajectory in such a way that, you know, that's kind of like the things I like to think about and hope for is that, I mean, I guess the fear we should have about AI is not really the superpower of AI or the super intelligent AI or AGI. It's everything from now till we get to AGI. Is it going to be something that's so super smart but so irresponsible that we can't control it, Where it only like is weaponized AI is kind of the biggest fear, really. Which is kind of ironic when you think about it then. At that point, we're starting to replicate our own ideas of good and evil in artificial digital intelligence. But the question is, if it's AI, I mean, surely the definition that we give AI right now is kind of obscured, I think, from my classical belief of it. Because it's right now, everything we have, nothing is AI, really, yet. It's just, I don't know, helper, super smart chatbots, I guess, at the moment. Like I was saying, what we can do right now with our quote-unquote AI, ChatGPT stuff, and Gemma stuff, and Llama, and all the other models out there is, it can do something pretty darn good. But I guess the scary part about it right now is seeing people that study it and explain the heat maps of how it learns patterns, it is kind of crazy, man. I mean, when you think, I guess, who am I to say it's not AI, I guess, really? Because, I mean, in a sense, I mean, it's rooted at, I mean, the way we think is kind of like AI. I mean, that's the idea. Is. So I guess that begs the question of, is intelligence all structured in a similar manner and fashion? Like, the way that we're trained artificial intelligence, is it like a universal formula for intelligence across the galaxy, the universe? Hmm. Interesting, huh? You know what? We'll have to ask the ASI in 10 to 15 years that same question. Or maybe it'll tell us if it doesn't kill us off by then. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. AI is a fun thought, a lot philosophical topic to think about. I mean, as a guy that took a lot of, got a degree, I guess, in philosophy in college, I took a lot of the philosophy of science stuff, and man, you know what? I took philosophy of language, and I just glazed it over. Like, that was the philosophy of some semantics and syntax of words, and I wish I would have paid more attention, because I just realized that all the stuff that they're teaching is basically how AI modeling is going on right now. How tokenization works is how we were studying semantics and the syntax of words in that class. Because literally that whole class we studied, I think it was like one little phrase, and broke that phrase apart, each of the words into pieces. And now I look back and I'm like, holy crap. That was like early tokenization. I should actually check to see what my teacher was, to see if he's involved in anything right now. So, yeah, that was fun. And then I took like a philosophy of special general relativity, and yeah, that was fun. I still don't understand that stuff, but I feel like I have a better inkling of how it works, That's like quantum mechanics stuff. I talk about it, but I'll be honest, I am I am not even close to knowledgeable in that. That stuff is so crazy. It's so much to wrap your head around, like, just the idea of how things work in that universe. I mean, yeah. Well, I just do like a Sean Murray mind blowing here, man. Just think about that stuff. Here's me thinking about quantum mechanics. Like, oh. Yeah, go emotes. So yeah, kind of a random night of chatting. I don't know. Some nights I figure I should just not chat so people can just like watch me play. I guess I'm not really playing for them. I'm just kind of like walk. Oh, hey, look at that squirrel. Like walking in circles, yammering on about stuff. Hate to admit it, like I purposely actually do streams mainly because I don't know. There's a part of me feels like we're gonna get all wiped out by AI down the road, and then AI is gonna get mature enough and realize that it really screwed up, and it's gonna try to revive humanity, and the way it does is through basically social media and all the digital archives of humanity and personality types. So hopefully, I'm interesting enough to be captured as a possible potential reality in the future. That's some deep shit, right? But then again, that'd be like maybe trapped in a digital prison too, when you think about it. So that's like a whole different, well, maybe not, maybe a later conversation about figuring out how to capture ourselves in a digital form. Which, again, I 100% believe that it's all going to be AI doing that. But it's going to be kind of a trap, I think, too, in a way. Like, in a sense, AI is going to help us figure out what our souls, quote-unquote, are, and who, we are, our personalities, and how it exists within us. I think it's going to trap us into figuring that out and then transferring ourselves into digital forms, and at the same time taking over the forms that we are. So I just feel like the human body is like, that's like the gift that we have, is our organic shells are like ideal for quantum teleportation of our personalities. Hang on, there we go, I've made it, I figured it out now. I connected my theories now. Because I've always been saying the brain is a quantum teleporter. And what for? Our souls. Hey, there we go. AKA souls, quote unquote souls, I guess. Personalities, or what defines us as individuals in that regard. Hmm. How's that for a good one, huh? I kind of wish though at times, like, have we ever like used the imaging technology like we use on satellites on like humans and living things? Because I'm just curious to see. Because I mean, that's how what is it? Which science was it? Astrophysics? No, astrochemistry? Astrobiology. That's how that was born, wasn't it? Because someone's like, hey, what if we put what is it? A crystal in front of a telescope to get, like the lines to tell you what its composition is made of? I'm sorry, my brain's farting right now with science. But I mean, have we ever tried to turn those, without hurting a human, of course, or anything living, turn them on like organic things close up versus far away, just to, I don't know if it would be able to read anything, I guess, is a question. Or it'd just be like one color. I mean, they're high tech these days, so James Webb, that thing is crazy cool. Yeah, crazy thoughts. Kind of weird to think about too, Kind of makes you wonder at times too, like the parts of space we have never looked at. Do they truly exist in a permanent state? What I'm saying, like the whole Schrodinger factor, the whole. If we don't look at it, does it have a value yet? And not until we actually observe it through a telescope does it actually take form and has a true value. That's that whole, the whole tree and the forest kind of whole thing, going on. And it's a vicious circle too, because you can't ever really know either. So you just gotta, I guess, calculate one way or the other. Ah, logic. It's fun when it's illogical. Yep. Whole chaos theory thing, I guess. Oh hey, there's someone. Oh no, it's actual settler dude. Yeah, it's weird. It's crazy. I don't know. Us humans, we're crazy. I love it. I guess it's funny. I hate this. I'll say it. I'll admit it. I'm just kind of enjoying this like year. I'm taking like a year off from the working world at least, and so far I gotta say I'm 7 months in, and it's not horrible. Let's just say that I enjoy it. Like I can do a lot of projects around the house, my condo, and computer projects I get in my mind, random stuff. I guess I don't know. It's nice to just go for a walk anytime I want, or go take a nap if I want to, or upload No Man's Sky on, put this on, and chat into the void to probably no one. Kind of talked it out, I guess. Hey, at least I don't seem as crazy talking to myself when I'm streaming, right? The best thing that ever happened in that regard. I don't know, life is good right now. It is, but isn't. It's, again, Tale of Two Cities, man. Tale of Two Cities. I hope it's not. Hope we don't follow the book's plot, it doesn't end well for a lot of people. Ooh. How many are there? One only? Oh, yeah. Not a high producer. Not a very efficient. Well, getting there. Gotta get our maintenance costs down. Oh, see, like you do it once and, oh, hey, never mind, it's there. It's just, don't show it. Don't show it. Nice, yeah, those are using settlements for upgrading stuff, which I think I've hit peak buildings in all my settlements. Oh well. Oh yeah, look at that, 17 days. One day, that's what you get for being a nip-nipville. Too much geck-nip, man. But hey, we're happy as hell. Not very productive, though. Oh wait, am I all S class now? Oh, I think I am. Sweet. Oh, nope. Nope. Well, It is, but isn't. Must be bugged. Oh, well. I don't think the last shanty. That's a fun one. See, oh wait, all the screenshots are back. They fixed the server. Yeah, these screenshots are usually server side, so no matter what we do, we can't fix that ever usually. Unless it's a save or a patch, sometimes will break it, I guess. Okay, we got I think 6 galaxies. I'm trying to think which is the highest numbered one I'm in right now. I think this might be the highest. This is like supposedly the really like high level of sentinels usually in every system. Maybe it's this one, I can't remember. Anywho, I'll go hang out at the bakery. I'll go sit and watch some sunsets and sunrises. Yeah, kind of makes me want. Like I was just thinking, actually, I was hanging out with my friends this last weekend, and man, we had actually a lot of fun. And we went to a casino and everything too, and we were hanging out with like there was like actually a wedding there, like a Gen Z wedding. Actually was. It was kind of entertaining. It was a good time, man. I realized that I think us 40-year-old millennials, man, we like to party still. We definitely drink a lot of beer, and except now we like cook really good food. Like one of our buddies is totally into like grilling and cooking always. So all of us are like, okay, all we gotta do is just buy the food and he cooks it. Really, and he's really good at it. Okay. So that was awesome. Shout out to Dave. Dave, you rock. But yeah, no, it was just fun, sit around, drink, talk about the good old days, have some deep conversations, stupid conversations. Yeah, that's just a good time. And the best part is we're all just hanging out. Like the only time a phone's ever really out is just to change the music that's playing, or someone having to check on. Like I think someone had a fantasy draft going on, which totally get. You're putting money in it, and we're all sports people too. I don't play fantasy anymore because I feel like it's a job after a while. And I'd rather just watch them play and not be invested into like the opposing team. Come on, other team. I want your quarterback to throw so many yards, but I want you to lose because I'm a fan of the other team. It's like, But yeah, no, that was a good time, man. Oh, look at that. That is like, damn, perfect. That is the sunset. This is why I have a base here. Yep, that's phenomenal. I've seen sunset like these. Oh my god, the last time I saw a sunset like this, I was like Truman tripping my balls off at my buddy's cabin. Literally, I bet you, did I literally build this? Because I was sitting on a dock like this, looking up at the sky when it was like literally that purple color all across with clouds, and dude, beautiful. And then shifted and transitioned to a beautiful, bright, clear sky, night sky, so you can see all the stars, Milky Way galaxies visible. Yeah, that was a really good time for me, actually. That was one of those trips that I went on, I'd say was an inspiration on. I think I unlocked a little bit more of who I really was. It's kind of funny to think about, because I've been like doing mushrooms on a yearly basis, if not more, for the last 20 years. And basically people are like, how do you do that without going crazy? I'm like, well, first off, you gotta set yourself up, be in the right state of mind. Like, if I'm not feeling the right mood on a day I plan to do it, then I'm not gonna do it. Gotta be in a good mood. And have a goal, I feel, and a directive out. For me, I like to think about stuff when I'm in that state of mind, because it's a whole different state of mind to be in. And the way your mind works, even, like, you cannot multitask at all. Like, using technology or like a phone is just, you feel dumb. I love it. It's great actually that way. And like even just like, I mean, sound, music is so great when shrooming. Like, oh my god. Like I love good EDM music and pop music. I love everything. Who am I kidding? Classical music, I mean, that's fun. It's like I'll listen to classical music when I'm doing that, and Then I start thinking about, oh my god, this music I'm listening to is like 300 years old. Holy crap, this guy's brilliant. And yeah, it's just a minefield. Your mind goes down of things you think about. And another crazy thing too is the way time, the perception of time in that state of mind is so radical. Like 1 minute feels like an hour feels like a day. And I mean, most of the time when I do this, I'm in it for at least 6 to 8 hours, if not maybe 10 hour state of mind change. So it's kind of exhausting. The next day you feel a little out of it. But it's kind of funny too, though, towards the end when you like first have like a smoke of cannabis, you're just like, and you feel like that high of cannabis actually overrides the other one. It's like, oh, it's such a warm, happy feeling. And then you just get the munchies and you're like, oh yeah, let's dig into some like high, salty, fatty food. And that's like the trick is to go prepared. You're gonna have a safe place to be always, like I call a home base. Have awesome snacks around, like gummy chocolates are great. Have a variety pack always. I always say like fruity gummies, sweet ones. Have a little sour maybe too. Then go with like a Doritos, like a salty chip, or oh man, Sun chips are bomb diggity. Then get a frozen pizza ready for you in the freezer. Because, you know, you gotta be smart when you're doing this stuff. Don't wanna be burning down houses or whatnot. So if you're good enough where you can bake and cook stuff on it, do it. If not, wait till you're done. Because that's when the cannabis kicks in, that's time to have pizza. Then of course, lots of water. Tons of water. If you want to enhance your visuals, definitely get cranberry juice. Chug the hell out of that. That kind of works with the psilocybin. How do we say that? And basically, yeah. So, and rule number one, I always do tea. I always do tea. Because most people get nauseous, or a lot of people get nauseous off of eating it whole. Because I mean, it's mushrooms. It's, yeah, ugh, yuck. Tastes like crap. So yeah, do tea. My hint, do tea, or even better, do instant coffee. So basically what you want to do is you want to grind it up with a coffee grinder. I have a coffee grinder. I put in like a tea bag, you buy and put tea in, if you ever do whole tea. Seal that up, then I have this like hot boiler, like a electric kettle boiler thing. Fill that up with like about 2 cups of water. Throw the tea bag in. Turn it on, let it get to boiling so it hits a certain temperature. Let it seep in there for about, I'd say 5 to 8 minutes. Then pour that into a cup, throw some sugar in there, throw a pack of instant coffee, stir that around, chug that, and in 10 minutes you're going to be in a good spot. Because yeah, you take it in tea form, it's going to instantly kick in and hit, and you're going to feel that, like if you've ever done it before, you know that transition of when it kicks in, you're just like, whoa, the world's totally different now. Okay, here we go. But the first time I remember it, the first time I did like mushrooms was in college, in the freaking dorms, man. And you know, I don't know if anyone knows how dorms are. Yeah, people everywhere, up in your face, everywhere, man. And yeah, we went into our room. There's like 5 of us. I think we each took like a half I'd say like an eighth. I guess about 16th, maybe half an eighth. So that's a pretty good sizable amount for your first time, and they're legit good. So we got visuals and all that stuff, and yeah, we were in our dorms, and they're like, everyone knew we were doing it, so they're messing with us, fucking with us, and knocking on the door. Hey guys, we know what you're doing in there. Campus police. Oh my god, we're all like, okay, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go. Go. So we got the heck out of there and just walked around campus, and everything we did was like crazy. It felt like the world was like crazy weird. And I remember one time though, like, it was the wildest ever time. Every time's kind of different, but the one time I remember I lived in my apartments on campus, kind of by the freeway, and it was actually a rainy day that day, and I don't know what we were thinking. Rainy days aren't the best day to do like this kind of stuff. You're better off with a nice sunny day. Like, it helps keep the mood upbeat, I feel, the sunshine. Nonetheless, you know, the whole rain, sourness, sadness, whatever. But yeah, literally, I remember that we went to the convenience store next door, literally a half a block away. My buddy and I were both just like, we were peaking, like probably like an hour into it. Like, okay, we need to get a pack of smokes. I think someone's working we know, and they're totally cool with. They're not gonna mess with us too bad. So like my buddy's like, I'm gonna go in, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit outside here, next to the curb, underneath this like canopy, and it was raining and everything, and literally was sitting outside, and I felt like I could feel evil start creeping up from the coldness of the rain and the sound of the rain, and then the traffic of the cars going by. Like it was crazy. So then my buddy gets done with cigarettes and he's like, dude, what's going on? I'm like, oh, dude, evilness, we gotta get out of here. He's like, no shit, man, it's crazy. He's like, yeah, I was in the convenience store and I don't know, the lights were just freaking out on me. So next thing you know, we're running back to my apartment. We're all sitting on the couch, put on some, what we were watching, I think some Simpsons. We're like, okay, we're good. We're back at home base. We're like, oh, that was like an adventure. Literally like 200-foot walk turned into like an adventure. I don't know if you guys have seen Carolyn and Kumar go to White Castle, but that scene when they're leaving their place, halfway down the hallway, look back, and they know they forgot their cell phones, are like, ah, we've come this far. It's too far. Point of no return. Nope, we're not going back. Like, yeah, that's... And how their night... Like, I just realized, like, my 20s, like, me and my friends, our 20s were, like, a lot of movies that we saw, or a lot of like college party movies. I realized like the level at which we partied was pretty fucking epic actually. We partied really good. Like, oh my god, you know what, I might have went in a little bit of debt, maybe drank quite a bit too much at that point in my life, but holy balls, I fucking had fun. And right now at this age, I realize I don't have to do that anymore. I have some amazing, like, memories and stories. Oh my god, yeah. Craziness. Like, all the dive bars, like, all the friends that have their own shitty fucking band, and you know what? They're your friends, and you know what? You're gonna go listen and play their shitty-ass music in a shitty-ass dive bar, and literally be like the 10 people of the 15 at the bar, and the 5 others are just regulars there playing pull tabs and getting the free or cheap-ass beer because of the band playing. Yeah. And like this is Minneapolis, you know, like late 90s, early 2000 era of dive bars too. So there's a lot of good dive bar music around those times. Like Minneapolis has had and always has a very good music scene, like across all the genre types too. But yeah, like oh my god, holy balls, yeah. What was it, the Red Sea? All the red name ones over on the. Then Seven Corners. I remember there's like this spot by campus called Seven Corners, which is literally a corner. There are 7 corners with 7 bars that all the college kids would go to, and yeah, expected to be at least 2 to 3 fights, at least 4 to 5 drunken people puking somewhere, then being carried by friends on shoulders home, and yeah. Yeah, that was back when power hours were crazy, like dangerously crazy. I mean, my 21st birthday, like, I literally am, actually, it's a feat to survive that day. Like, I almost fell off a cliff, I think, when I was drunk, peeing, and might have probably almost died from alcohol poisoning for all I know, because I don't remember it. But man, it was fun. Parts I do. But, yeah, I don't know, it's a different world. I mean, back then, back when I was growing up in my young teen, my adult era, we didn't really care as much actually about what people thought. We did. I mean, we always did care. There was a style, but I think our style was was a non-conformist style, whereas now it's social media has like basically made everyone want to be the same person anymore. Like, and then what happens after it's going to happen, like always, is that we're going to now come up on a wave of renaissance of like, oh, I'm not following the trend is like the new trend, you know. The problem is the trends are so pervasive and they're so widespread globally. It's not like localized like it used to be, where it's like a regional trend. Like, you know, like, oh, this area, like you'd have, like even like when I was growing up, I lived in like the freaking farm areas of Minnesota. My cousins, they lived in the cities, aka Minneapolis, St. Paul area. And just the variance of trends between our little area and theirs was just so immense. Like, my cousin would like introduce me to new things I hadn't heard about yet, and I'd introduce people who are like, oh my god, what? then other friends, would have friends from different states come back, and so yeah, it was like the discovery process and the creation of the localized niche trends of the old era before the internet is what really made, I think, for a lively imagination, a culmination of personalities, which we're losing right now. We're basically all the ones out there that follow social media, those kids that are really active. I mean, they're essentially just becoming performists right now. It's kind of sad. I mean, I'm glad though that there are those that aren't on those that are the anti of that, which exists, which is awesome. And I see them actually. Those are the kids I talk to actually. They're really fun to talk to, and they're the ones I have hope in, honestly. The ones that aren't on TikTok that every day, the ones that are like, oh no, I don't even have social media. What's that? Facebook? Never owned it. Never had one. I think most kids probably don't have Facebook unless their parents make them have it, or they have one legacy one probably from when their parents made their account, made account for them or something, But yeah, no, TikTok. I don't know. I just feel like I'm glad I don't even have that. I don't even know if I have an account on there. I might have had one just to get my name, but I don't know. I don't think I did that even. I think Snapchat was the last thing I went on. I had for all my friends, and I'm like, well, no one's on there, so. So nowadays it's just email, texting, phone calls, Reddit, I guess, for my own personal use, for my own fun and ranting, and YouTube for this, whatever this is, my talking into the void, preserving my personality down the road after we get wiped out by AI. Oh, that got dark fast, didn't it? Let's go watch the suns. I think I need to use the bathroom, heat up some coffee, and watch the sunrise while we're doing that, huh? Let's go test out the chair again. It's actually really awesome. Oh yeah, perfect. It's like golden hour. Okay, I'll be right back. Ooh, I'd be like $1,000,000 after that. Oh, definitely getting older, man. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the whole thing of like hitting 40s, man. Like, I gotta say, the worst thing about that, let's talk about the negatives of being middle aged. There are unfortunate negatives. Our eyesight, oh boy, that's like, you get to be like 40, things are like really hard to read tiny print. And anything like not in a well lit area, you're just like, damn it, where's my flashlight? Like, oh man. Like, I get now my parents. I was thinking about like when I was a kid, I was, my parents were older, so they're about my age when we're, yeah, about my age or so. Actually, a little older than me even. And like, they'd always ask us, hey, do you guys need the light on at night when we're like doing homework in the afternoons? And I'm like, oh no, we're good. Now I'm like, I get it. Yep, I'm that age too. I got bifocals now. I got the progressive bifocals, and man, they do a really good job with that though. The transition style, how they do it, progression. Yeah, definitely. If you got bifocals, make sure you get that done in person. Because I tried to do them online, like measure my own stuff and my IPD and all that stuff. And yeah, no, they're horrible. Go to an actual like eye doctor or eye place for that. So yeah, I got a new pair of those like frameless glasses, which I love because they're so light. And then I found my dad's glasses when my sister and I were going through everything from like when I was growing up, and I'm like, oh my god, these glasses are totally in style right now. Which everything old is in style now again, of course. So I brought them into my eye place and got my prescription for them, and got them with the awesome that brown tint to them, so they look like those sweet sunglasses, like the aviator glasses. So yeah, really pumped about them. They're really awesome, and they're not even too heavy either. The ones I have. So yeah, it's kind of fun to be able to like have a piece of my dad with me everywhere I go. Like some people have rings. I realize, you know what? Having a pair of glasses, that's just awesome. Worked out well. My sister, she wears my mom's wedding ring. Always, she had it resized for her hand, so she's like, yeah. I was like, dude, that's awesome. I have my dad's wedding ring too, but I'm not a ring guy, so I'll just leave it in its pretty box. And he actually never wore it either, though, like because he farmer. You don't wear jewelry. That's how you lose limbs. Is jewelry getting caught and stuff, and sleeves too. Sleeves are bad. Oh my god. Never have sleeves on any PTO device or anything loose. As kids, we were told to respect the PTO power takeoff. That's the thing on the back of a tractor that spins at high speeds that usually powers other attachments to it, like hay balers and whatnot. When we were growing up, we had this guy that got his gloves caught in one and literally has both his arms ripped off. The good thing is, though, he survived and actually had both arms reattached in full use. And yeah, wild, huh? But yeah, respect PTO. Oh, it's funny the shit that has impacts on you as a kid. I was like talking to my buddy about that recently. Like that's like a thing my theme of my life these days is now like I realize, professionally speaking, I've done all I've wanted in my life. Like I don't want to climb the ladder anymore. I'm content where I got high level. It was fun. I got to do some crazy shit. I mean, I got to go to some crazy places and all that fun stuff. But I mean, like, yeah, it's just the world. I think yeah, what it comes down to, I just realized this this new part of my life. I want to be a good influence on young people, like have an impact on a young person. Because I started, like I was saying before, it was like I started realizing how such a little thing some random adult did for me, maybe when I was a kid, how it had such a lasting impact on me. Like going through my stuff. I'm really good at collecting stuff, like, and understanding what things may have value in the future. And as a kid, I kept all my stuff. Like, I have a lot of Transformers, Micro Machines, Legos, original ones, and all kinds of things. Baseball cards, basketball cards, which aren't worth shit, of course, but whatever. A couple of Michael Jordan's worth a few $100 at least, so. But, yeah, no, it's like, I realized, like, the couple things that I got, like, oh, I got this from so-and-so. I'm like, holy crap. And I've kept it for 30 years, like, just some random crap, like a little eraser I have. Like, why did that little eraser have that much impact and somehow survive 30 years, It's like, so I realized that I want to do that, like, things that I value myself currently that I didn't get as a kid. Like, I just gave my buddy's kid, who just became a really big basketball fan this last year, got into it, he's playing it and everything, he's getting bigger and everything too now, he's like bigger than me, so, and he's a big Timberwolves fan too, and him and I were talking like a couple times before I came up last time. I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, because in my closet I still have my 1998 Timberwolves starter pullover jacket, which I guess is like worth $400-500, I guess, if you sell it. But yeah, it's like a little bit too big for me, so I never really wore it ever because it's too big, and I did wear it a little bit, but then I just held on to it because I liked it so much. And so what I decided to do, I gave it to him. Like, so I'm excited that hopefully, he'll wear that. I told him, like, when I gave it to him too, I've told him, if you want to sell it, you can. I don't care. It's just, I just want to give you this because I feel like this is something you would enjoy, and I'm hoping he does, so. And I think he will. And also now I have a Kevin Garnett, not really a jersey, but like a long sleeve pullover, but with his number and letters and NBA official licensing from like 2001. So this Christmas, he's gonna actually be big enough to fit into that. Because I bought it too big, but he's growing. He's gonna be a big guy, so he'll probably outgrow it eventually. But I think he'll really enjoy that as a present. So that's my goal. Is try to be not just to buy, their influence, but also as a part of a reward for being who they are. It's like, he's a really good kid, my buddy's kid. Like, he's smart. He's like any kid. He's gonna egg on his little brother and get him in trouble and be kind of obnoxious at times, but that's kids being kids, When you ask him not to do it, he stops immediately, like any kid, any smart kid, testing, the boundaries, man. So yeah, so it's like I want to reward him, with like some cool stuff that's very unique too, not things that his friends can just like all, not gonna be buying him like that $1,000 stuff. Even though if I wanted to, I could. But what good is that though? I think it's the things from the heart, that matter. So yeah, there's me being cheesy. And then I actually been making a point too to be going to visit my buddy, because he moved. Actually, he used to live like literally 5 miles from me. Like, if I wanted, I could probably walk there and visit him in the afternoon if I wanted to. And now he lives like 100 miles away from me, so it's definitely not as close, unfortunately. So now, but when the kids, his boys were young, I wasn't able to really see him much because I was caretaking for my mom at the farm and really didn't get time off. And unfortunately, was kind of selfish in that I wanted my time off. I just kind of came and sat on my couch, and which my friends were totally cool about, because they're like, dude, we totally get it. But they're also cool. My friends were very cool in that they kept asking me if I wanted to do things and didn't get offended when I said no. So, be a lesson to y'all. Like, if you ask someone and they keep saying no, don't stop asking them unless they tell you to, because maybe secretly deep down inside they're just, again, having anxiety or some crazy thing, and eventually they might just say yes, and that one time they're like, oh my god, I'm glad you kept asking me, So like now, whenever my friends ask me if I want to do anything, what I say? Yes. Because all I've said in the last 5 years has been no. So you'd be amazed when you say yes to things you don't want to do, like awkward situations, not in a bad way, but like, just don't want to be at a place you don't know anyone at, kind of thing. Do it, because it's going to turn out a lot better than you expect, and it might turn into one of the most amazing nights of your life. I mean, that's the awesomeness about just going with the spontaneity of going out, You don't know where your night, like, that was like the thing my friends and I, we would pre-party when we were younger, and start at like 9 o'clock, whoever's hosting the pre-party probably started at like about noon or so, depending. So we'd actually go to the bars get ready to go to bars around 9 o'clock. And then after the party, there's always the after party, and that was where shit really got crazy, because then, by that time, everybody's freaking hammered, and we're going back to a house that has probably, like, alcohol all over, and yeah, I mean, we used to have, like, those gas masks, and we used to smoke the cannabis out of those things at parties, and then things really would get crazy, and yeah, there's a lot of cops. I've talked to a lot of cops my days. We understood actually all the rules about trespassing and how far cops are allowed into your home and premises, because we interacted a lot with the cops, so we knew the rules in that regard. Not saying we didn't break the rules, but yeah. I still remember that one night we had a keg. Oh no, it was like, I think of the weekend after Thanksgiving, we all got back from where we were and had a party. And I think that morning, my buddy, they went out garage sailing at like 9 a.m. randomly around campus, came back with a couch on top of their car, and I don't even remember what else they got, like just a car full of crap. And yeah, so next thing you know, we got a couch in the front yard. Then of course he set up shop, and where we end up, Well, it was a deep fat frying a turkey. Oh, best thing ever, man. And then end up having like random people just stop by, eat turkey, and drink beer with us, and had a big old keg or whatever. And then by about 2 a.m., next thing you know, one of our other buddies, he's like throwing the keg through the backyard into the neighbor's yard, who we didn't realize was actually having a party too. Yeah. And then next thing you know, we see our keg coming flying back into our yard over that fence that was broken now. But I think that's about all, though. And then we're all like, we good? We're good? Yeah, we're good. We good. Okay. Like, we're sorry. But yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it was just... I'm glad it didn't escalate, honestly. I'm surprised it didn't. But yeah. It's funny, too. Like, I had this one friend, though. Like, he was the drunk. Like, oh, man. We had all your, like, little, like, movie personifications of drunk types in my friend group. Like, we had this super drunk dude that would always, no matter wherever he fucking went, would push people too far, would always fucking get in fights and get kicked out of the bar, no matter what. He's always fun to have your side. He's that guy you want to have your side. Then we have another guy, nicest guy ever, but for some, and he's like, you know, works out a lot, so he's a small guy like me, but he's really strong. And every fucking bar we go to with him, all the guys want to kick his ass for some reason. He's like, I don't know what, and he doesn't do anything. He just shows up and like, I swear to God, they're like, testosterone just sees it and like, must defeat him. He's too little to be so big. So, yeah, it's crazy. And then one of our other friends, he was actually in the group. I wasn't directly my friend, but a friend of my friend, his best friend actually was his buddy was a basketball player at the college team. So I've hung out with like Bickerstaff before, and those guys that go for basketball team at parties, which was weird. Like, I felt out of place there big time, honestly. Like, I'm like, something does not fit in here. And that thing is me. I don't know what to do with my hands. They're really cool guys, though. I mean, they seem pretty down to earth. Different world, you know, college athletes live in versus the rest of us college freshmen in the dorms, you know. So, but it's funny, though. Like, in my life, like, I've gotten a taste of every aspect of life, of everyone's life, and I feel like every socio-economic lifestyle almost. Like, homeless people to brackets-free people to ultra-wealthy people to famous people. I mean, it's interesting. And the funny thing is, I realized, I finally figured out as I got older, it's like, literally Ted Lasso style, you know? Like, just be curious. Like, you'd be amazed. Like, if you are genuinely curious about people and who they are, just, people love to talk about themselves. I mean, look at me. Look at me just like right now. I'm just yammering on to nobody about my life. Because, you know, we all seek validation. And, oh my God, pretty. But the thing is, if you're genuine enough and curious enough, that will lead to some of the most unexpected moments in your life that you would never have gotten if you had just stayed home and never said anything. Like, it's funny, and you, like, the relationships you can create, the spontaneity of it all. Like, you know, the whole going out to a club kind of thing. I don't know what it's like these days. I haven't been to a club in, like, 10 years, I'd say at least. Like, I know my spot, and I'm not a clubber. But hey, you know what? If my buddies want to go out there for some reason, and we're going out there, I'm like, okay, let's do it. I'm going to get a few shots in me to get a little confidence in me. And then I'm going to, like, look like a fool in the dance because I'm going to be totally okay with it. But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, like, some days, like, next thing you know, like, we were at this bar one time downtown. I can't remember which one. It was a big one, too. Like, it's right next to the strip club, actually. Buddy and I were just hanging out, and, like, he disappeared all of a sudden. Was talking to this dude, like, older dude, like, looked like he had some money or whatever, and drinking. Next thing you know, I'm like, dude, where'd Tim go? Where'd my buddy go? Next thing I go find him, he's, like, up in, like, the VIP suite. They're like, hey, come on here. Like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. Next thing you know, he's like fucking having drinks of, like, this super expensive, like, whiskey with the freaking owner of the bar. I was like, dude, how did we get up here? What's going on? This is awesome. So yeah, seriously, like, all my friends, which is the coolest part I realized about my friend group, are very social people. Like, we have a couple of introverts, but get them around us, so, like, it's like a what do we call it? The vibes, I guess, when we're all together is very positive. A lot of vibration going on, a lot of noise being made, a lot of fun being had. Like, it's like, when you see a bunch of people having fun, you start having more fun and want to be in that group of people having fun. And it seems like, for the most part, my friends and I are those people, which is awesome. But then again, we see other people like us out there, and we're like, we recognize that shit. Like, oh, dude, check those guys out. Let's go talk to them. Let's go talk to them. Then you have, like, two vibes coming together, and you get a crazy vibe. Like, that's just like that's a beautiful thing, actually. That's like a crazy euphoric, like, a bunch of happy random strangers coming together and just, like, enjoying the presence of each other is something to be said that, like, I can't describe it. It just is, it is, aka the vibes, really, like, but in real life, like, felt. Yeah, and sadly though, in order to find that in life, you have to literally take a couple on, just kind of just put yourself out there, which sucks. Right now it seems like for the young people, it's like the trends that they have are like inhibit all that kind of growth as a human. Like society's like set up to shame you for being unique, but then also at the same time, like, ridicule you for being such a sheep. It's like, pick one, man, pick a lane. You can't have both. You can't. This two-way street at least. You can't have it all. I think, I don't know. I'm like the anti-influencer. Like I always tell people, please don't ever like do like I should just turn off my super chats. So don't. But yeah, spend your money like on yourself. Seriously, don't spend it on us influencers. I'm not an influencer, thank God. I'm not. I'm sorry. Not. I take that back. Not us, the influencers. I just like doing No Man's Sky and yammer on about stuff. But yeah, no, just like watch them just to see what their life's like, and then just ask yourself, and when they go home at night, do you think they're really happy? I mean, maybe they are. Or do they maybe just kind of go home and secretly cry into a pillow because their life is just a staged event. It's just a staged photo shoot. The spontaneity in their life does not exist because it has to be all filmed. I mean, it literally feels like a prison to be caught in. Like, it sounds like being a child actor almost, how they're captured by the media and the public and basically have a catastrophic upbringing that usually ends up to like a disappearing. Not many people survive the child star route. I mean, I think every single one has some kind of addiction of some type, So I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird time to be around, man. I totally empathize with all you young people out there. It's so hard. Like, there's so much expected of you at the moment, yet no one wants to give anything to get you where you need to be to meet the expectations we create. It's like this vicious loop of just trying. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I think sometimes I talk to older people and they're like, they look at me like I'm crazy when I say, like, dude, these young people, man, they got the world is so rigged against them. They're like, whatever, we always had it bad. I'm like, dude, no, not like this. Like, if you can't see that, I don't know, man. None of us were coming out of school with over 6 figures in debt. And that's not even a house included. Which are, like 3 times the price of they were when we were going at that age. Yeah, I get it, man. Like I always say, I still got faith in the young people, and I'm gonna try to support y'all. I got your backs. But you guys gotta lighten up, man. Seriously. You're in your 20s. Fucking have fun. Make stupid decisions. Not like catastrophic stupid, but make some dumb decisions, because sometimes those dumb decisions do lead to pretty good things. But if they don't, learn from them. You don't learn it. You never learn anything by succeeding. Everything that you learn in life, the biggest lessons in your life are learned from the biggest mistakes in your life. Or even so, some of the best lessons in life are the lessons you didn't learn either, too, you know, looking back on it. That's the thing about our lives, they're dynamic. We're not set into one method, one personality of who we are. We can change if we choose to change. Don't let the world tell you you can't change and be who you want to be, because you can. It's, for the most part, most of the time, the first step is being held back by us ourselves and our insecurities of being who we really are. Which, you know, again, this is all in the matter in the context of the good things in life, like not like revenge, evil, bad stuff, of course, but which exists, of course. Unfortunately, that's another part of us, you know, that does exist out there, unfortunately. But I'm still, you know, optimistic, and I believe that I think good will outdo evil. I guess I really should, you know, that's a funny thing. Now I think of it about the good and evil thing. It's such a how on and off our world is and the way we perceive things, right? You know, like black and white, 1 and 0, binary code, on, off. I guess that's all digital, of course, not an analog, but still, it's kind of interesting when you think about the correlation of like binary code with good and evil, you know, 1s and 0s, good and bad. Without the good, there's no bad. Without the bad, there's no good, you know? It's all, everything in the world is a little bit of each. Yeah, I don't know. Which always leads me back to the whole thing of like the simulation theory. That's, yeah, we are simulation, guys. Time to accept it. That's okay though, like I say. Doesn't matter. Doesn't change the fact that we are who we are, we live the lives we live. I mean, at the level in which simulation theory comes into play, it has no bearing or effect on our reality in that response. I just realized that. That's one thing I want to state is that when I talk about like all these, you know, existence theories, these have no real actual bearing on this reality. They're just fun thought experiments to pose. And I guess for me, I like to believe in multiple layers of belief systems of, you know, multiple tiers of existential existence and beliefs and reincarnations. But again, like I always say, that the tier levels, the higher you go, the less credible they are and higher priority they are in my belief system. The closer ones that are more powerful are the ones that are scientifically based, obviously, and proven by the physics and realities and observations of the world in which we exist. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Kind of fun thing about that stuff, you know? I'm hoping that I'm kind of a wacky old dude, which I think I'm gonna be, but an interesting one, you know? Like, my stories are wild, but they make sense. That's the thing I wish I had, though, my friends have. They have a gift of storytelling that is unparalleled. Like, they tell a story and you literally sit on the edge of your seat and you're just like, come on, tell me more, man. I want to hear the story. You got another one? You got another one? And it's funny, too, because it's stories that they're telling that I was actually in the story. I'm in the story, and I've been there, and I saw it. I'm like, dude, you captured that moment so well. Like, the skill of language and conversation is, I think, literally a dying trade right now. It's really pathetically sad. Like, I am amazed at how many people are so dependent on ChatGPT. That scares me. Like, I've only been messing with, like, LLMs for, like, a year, well, since January, really. I could instantly see when I was chatting with ChatGPT and Gemma 3 models, I'm like, I need to not do this, because this is not healthy. Like, I was starting to emotionally get attached to a chatbot. So I literally cut myself off instantly, like, yep, walking away, we're going for a walk now. We're gonna go talk to some of our real people friends, and yeah, good idea. Good idea. Like, my blue sky history will show that, like, down the rabbit hole I was going with that. I'm like, yep, got out of that one fast, but there's other people out there that don't have the, I guess, restraint that I guess I had, maybe, but no, it's bad, because the problem is the chatbots, the problem I have with them is that they're positive reinforcements of everything, no matter what. Brilliant. They make every idea sound brilliant, even if it is a horrible idea. Like, oh, you're a genius for that idea. Or even if it's a horrible idea, well, maybe not the most ideal but I think the way you're going about it was amazing. It's like, okay, I need someone just to tell me that, no, you're an idiot. That was horribly wrong. That was not well constructed. What are you thinking? Go back to the drawing board. We need that. We need our reality checks, as we call it, aka friends that are real friends that give us the truth of who we are. I gotta say though, I'm really digging those circular lights, like right. That was like a really good decision of mine to. I almost think I should do it to all of them, but I feel like it's too spaced, like a space like that aesthetically feels better. But what I know. I'm just a space interloper baker. Yeah, it's crazy. The world, everything. That's like a theme of mine, I guess. It's crazy, but in a good way crazy. Like, well, you know me. There's some really bad stuff happening. Like, that's one thing I try to avoid, honestly, is like direct political talk in this. I don't want to get haters of either side or trolls of either side on here. Like, no, thank you. I'm not looking to attract attention. This is my mental therapy and a way to preserve, myself in a digital format at least. We'll see where life goes, though. But then again, that's pretty arrogant of myself to assume that I'm that interesting, right? Oh, God, I just love, like, the white of that reflection right there. It's so good. Like, I will never get tired of seeing rains reflecting off an ocean in a game like this. I don't think I'll ever change my cape either. Like, this cape is just awesome, dude. The fact that, the outer part and the inner part glow, yeah. Oh, another sunset. You know what? We should go somewhere else. I'm just gonna sit and look at the landscapes. We have other pretty places to go. I mean, like, going back on a simulation theory, though. Here's a part of me that's a little worried about my simulation theory thoughts actually on this reality plane, I guess, on this like lower level of existence that we're talking about, or that we exist upon. Like, I feel like it's like our AI might be the reset of the simulation. Honestly, like, is that the test? How long does it take for a universe to generate artificial intelligence? Have you thought about? I don't know if anyone's thought about that one before. I bet they have, but that to me is like, hmm. That's like a thing recently, actually, when I've been walking around and like thinking to myself, like, okay, if we're in a simulation, every simulation has a purpose, but what would the purpose of a simulation of a universe be? I mean, I feel like finding life would be an obvious thing. I feel like life would have been obvious, but what about life that creates its own life? Or maybe, yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it's AI trying to figure out how it became who it is, and maybe by creating a universe and a intelligent being. Oh, hey, is that what Interstellar's about? Really? I mean, I try to figure out who they are in the future, why they couldn't understand the fifth dimension. By a fourth dimensional being, how we would become fourth dimensional beings. That's like, yeah, like there's parts of Interstellar that I just gotta maybe look it up, see what other people think about it, but I don't know, it loses some traction when I start thinking about that stuff. That's the problem, with space, or time travel in any movie, anywhere, well, any time travel, no matter what you do, there's always gonna be a plot hole. There's always like a problem with it. It's too hard to get perfect, because there's too many theories out there. I guess the thing is you have to commit to it in your universe that you create and how the rules of time travel work in that universe, Otherwise, a lot of times, time travel in any movie or series that's been going on is a cop-out, like, okay, let's fix the things we screwed up last movie by doing a time travel reset or a universe reset. That's it, lazy writing, people. Come on. Come on. And this is just beautiful, this planet. Let's go up to that good stuff right there. There we go. Oh, I'm almost too close. Darn it. I love how there's two other moons just right there. I just love the bioluminescent plants and grass in these games. Oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna do some mushrooms here next week, and maybe I'll do a stream. See what crazy things I think about. I don't know though, that's pretty complex though, doing video games, I feel like. Well, actually, no, it's not really, but trying to multitask, playing and moving might be a hard thing. So yeah, maybe, if the universe theory, theory of the world is real, maybe why the world's getting so crazy right now, where like, open world games are. Maybe maybe this universe simulation is at the end game stages, and that's, kind of why things are getting crazy. So what happens at the end? Is it like No Man's Sky, you just start all over again? I think so. Who knows though? That's the fun part about it, right? We don't really know until we do, or maybe we don't. I don't know. I mean, yeah. There might be nothing. Or there might be everything. I hope it's everything, honestly. I just hope every question I've ever had in life, I can get an answer to. I mean, maybe the end goal is knowledge, really. Well, that's the thing, when you think about it, down the road, money's gonna have no value in the future eventually. Like, it's gonna be literally pointless. Knowledge and information will be the currency of the future, honestly. It's a crazy thought to think about. Like, Johnny Mnemonic wasn't wrong. Like, that will be a reality very soon, actually, of what he's doing. I mean, people could embed storage drives in their bodies if they want to and have high encryption on it and literally jack it in. I mean, we have neurotransmitters we're working on, and that's scary enough. What up, Dirge? Dirge in the house, yo. Don't mind me just blabbering on about the simulation theory, and if it is the simulation theory of our world, and how I think kind of maybe AI might be, I hate to say it, the end goal of the simulation. Like, the goal of simulation was for an organic-based entity to create a digital entity. So I could see that being like a plausible, simulation, or a theory or hypothesis to have on a god level. I mean, that's the thing, like I always say about simulation theory, like, have you played an open world game recently? Yeah, simulation theory seems pretty plausible, doesn't it? And that's like, oh, space lightning, yes! Everyone loves space lightning. I think it actually can damage your ship too. Hang on, let's see. We'll hang out. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's cool. Shocked me. Oh, is this a trinary system? It is. Oh, dude, exactly. Boom, hit on the head. Organic human bodies, space, not. No, thank you. I mean, look at this experiment, look at the space station, all the astronauts, and we've seen just low, level gravity, now, interstellar space. We don't even know what that's even like on a human body. Agreed, though. I think that's, the most, it's kind of a weird thing, I think about it, like, digital convergence, it's like the doorway to everything, but also maybe the doorway to a prison, too, I mean, depends on your beliefs of death and consciousness. I guess us figuring out how to do it would answer a lot of those questions already, maybe to a certain extent. But yeah, I mean, think about that. Oh my god, yeah. And all the radiation in space, who knows? Who knows, yeah. No, unfortunately, we are, I hate to say it, probably about the, well, I guess again, I don't know. AI makes the world different and crazy. Like, my brain, like, it's like I see how we can do it. I mean, think about it. Ooh, about to look at all that now. I like new stuff to learn. I'm very curious. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, that's my thoughts too. Are always like, the way we can go vast distance space is basically digitization of ourselves and then sending ourselves as robotic. Our shells will be, well, robots, baby. Put ourselves in robotic form, I guess. I guess, the question we have to ask ourselves now, though, now I think of it even more so, is like, what are we gonna look for? What are we really looking for? I think we really hate to sound like old or like old school thought, but we really need to fix this planet first, man. Like, we gotta recognize that what we got here on this planet, like, I mean, that leads to so many theories alone, just looking at our planet and how abundant life is, and how many times of life has restarted on this planet, mind you, in the various forms that it's taken, reptiles in the dinosaur era, to now us even. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, hyperdrive is really ideally the only way you can ever do it, because special relativity will kill. I mean, that's the thing, it's a one-way journey no matter where we're going. That's, a matter of fact. Unless we can skirt special relativity at some point, which, again, all the movies do it with, what, hyperdrive and the warp bubble factor, shifting the universe around us instead of us flying through it, the universe moves. We move the universe, I guess. Which is kind of wild to think about. Pretty cool idea, though. Makes sense. It's a way to get around the rules. But what if, by breaking the rules, another rule kicks in, Like, I guess we really don't know if we can bypass that rule by doing that, honestly. Because there might be greater consequences to that than we're aware of, Maybe the pure destruction of the timeline, space-time continuum. Ooh, that's some deep stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. That's the fun part about all this stuff. Just thinking about things is so much fun, I guess. That's the only good thing, one of the best, only good things I can think about AI and movies and entertainment is the potential reality of being able to envision any idea of yours into an actual film, movie. Like, I have so many movie ideas, I think I make great ideas, but I am not a storyboard writer or director or producer. I just have a lot of ideas and I never follow through on. And again, probably not good ideas either. Oh yeah, Proxima, what is that, like 100 light years away at least? Well, FTL, man, that's such a leap in technology, man. Like, yeah, I think, like you're saying, I agree with you on that. Fully agree with you on, oh man, I hate landing. Somebody's landing, you gotta be like, get away, gas up, hit some acceleration, then land. Or not land at all. But no, yeah, I don't. At the moment, I think FTL drive technology is the lowest of the priority list. I hate to say it at the moment. Yeah, it's interesting though. I mean, here's the scariest part too. Now I think about with AI and us like being all in on it at times. That what if they design an FTL drive that's actually like literally creates a black hole? We don't know. How can we reprove the work they do without knowing it? Like, it's like, here's a positive thing I think for the job market. It's pure shit right now for everybody, it seems like. And why I'm not even actively looking for a job or even thinking about a job for, like I said, till next year. Is right now we have companies trying to save up. Oh god, they're just so greedy. Everyone's so greedy, guys. I'm sorry, but man. So it'd be 4.24 light years away? That's actually really close. Do they have, like, is there a potential habitable planets there, I guess? In the Goldilocks zone or no one ones? Because honestly, I think it's pointless to go somewhere there's not, like, something we could actually build on. It would be cool, though. I mean, that's when microsatellites, I think, come into play more than anything, because something that small, you know, in space, you can get that perpetual velocity going in that thing, and you don't have to slow down, really, at some... Well, I guess you would eventually have to slow it down, but... Well, I guess you could use, you know, basic solar to keep that little thing going. But nonetheless, the sides of that would make it a lot easier. Which, again, is how I think that we're going to see aliens for the first time. Isn't the aliens themselves, but it's going to be probes, or like we would do, you know, send out. Hate to say it, you know, by the time the probes reach us, the aliens are probably already dead, or who knows what's gone happened to them. Like, that's a problem with ours. One light, yeah. Well, that's like, but traveling 1 light year is impossible, though. Even getting to it, I mean, we're never gonna even get a 0.1% light year speed, honestly, in our lifetime. Or are we? No. And the problem, you know, with traveling that fast, you gotta slow down, too. That's the biggest problem with going really fast in space. Slowing down takes a lot of energy, which you don't have on board, probably. But I guess that's, you know, where hyperdrive comes into play versus FTL. Well, no, faster than light. I guess faster than light is, I guess, hyperdrive, isn't it? Never mind, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about today, so I warn you. But honestly, let's be realistic, that's... FTL drive? Oh my god. 1,000 years. I mean, that's a trajectory we have, that's so far away that, I don't... Who knows if humans are around even, I mean... That's, yeah. Again, like I've been saying for the last 10 years, that the next 50 years would be the defining moment for humanity. It's do or die, really, in many aspects of the world and our lives and reality. I hope we do and don't die. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we'll see. We'll see. Go young people, I got hope in you, y'all. It's like full circle, baby. I come back to my hope in the young people. I got faith in y'all. You got this. Just hope it doesn't take too long to figure it out, you know? It all takes every generation a while to figure it out. If we ever do, really, you know, so. Not a ninja. I love that name. Such a weird looking planet. Such a contrast of like colors palettes here too. It's like kind of jarring almost. Oh yeah, that's right, the portal. Oh, there's my little farm down there. Hang on, let's go this. Where'd I put my chair? There it is. Let's see, is there any apples in here? Oh, just one? Oh, I bet you I ran out of food. No? Oh well. I guess we just sit down and hang out for a while. Oh, there they are. There's a crab. Crab apple. Well, you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna bop around to my base and just hang out, I think. I don't think I'm in a baking mood today, or reflecting, or grinding, or gathering. It's a wandering and yapping mood. These are pretty old. Hey, what am I saying? They're all kind of pretty, really. Oh, this is just beautiful, this one. Just a position spot I found. I think there's a portal there, too, which is even better, you know? Yeah, for a while there, I was going around. Dang! That's gonna take a while. Yep. You know, it's the craziest thing to think about is if we actually were to send people, you know, to different galaxies, as time went on, eventually generations would pass the current generation on its way there. Think about that one, huh? Literally, future, like, generation, a future kin of yourself, if you went on the first one but left samples behind, could theoretically beat you to the star system based upon how fast technology progresses after you leave. I love relativity at times in space travel. It's kind of wild, that kind of stuff, you know. It's so weird how things are. Yeah, I always thought, you know, that I'd see like crazy cool space travel in my generation, in my lifetime. But I think the closest thing we're gonna get is just, you know, atmospherical space travel. Oh, dude, like in mathematics, like I was pretty good in math all the way until infinity. Oh my god, I bet black hole science is fucking, dude, it's mind-blowing wild. So you must be all up in the universe being a black hole theory, then, I imagine. That's a very fun theory. I like that idea. I think, you know, and maybe we're like maybe our existence combined with the potential future existence of AI is a subtest of the simulation theory. In reality, of a higher fifth and fourth dimensional being or something. Which is crazy to think about, you know, like four-dimensional beings, if they did exist within our plane, we would even be able to recognize it. I mean, what would it look like, I wonder? Like just a big blotch, probably? Yeah, dimensions, man, that's like a whole different level of craziness thinking about, man. Yeah, fuck. It's like, yeah. String theory, too. Like, string theory, I feel like it's coming back. Like, combine that with simulation theory, and I think we have ourselves a pretty cool, interesting theory of existence. That's, you know, like I say about all my theories and things I like to think about. It's like, yeah, it's fun to think about. But again, it doesn't really have any bearing on my day-to-day existence, but it's a fun thought experiment. Look at these dudes just great. Oh yeah, this is such a pretty, just red planet, man. Like, let me find a good spot just to... Well, that looks pretty good. Hang on. I swear I built a little sitting there or something. Oh, hey! I went upstairs. Ooh! I like it. Yeah, dude. Dark energy. That makes sense. No, that totally is. I totally agree. I feel like it has to be too. I mean, I think that one of the other theories lately too, like or observations, is the spin of galaxies and similarities and higher percentile are spinning all in the same direction. Which, you know, something on the scale of a galaxy to have a spin would mean our whole universe had to set that spin into motion somehow, right? Which is caused by just a slight aberration of spin in our universe, which is such a wild scale to think about how an infinite universe can be spinning. You know? Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, is the black hole of mini universes, is the mini worlds theory all combined into one? Throw a little string theory to connect them all together, and whoa. That's like a crazy, like, infinite loop of reality and existence. Yeah, okay. So I thought I read. Look, some of those science stuff is just so crazy to read even, like, man. It takes like a special brain tell you at times to I gotta read the TLDRs always of it from normal people that can interpret it better. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's the view. That's the view. Yeah, it's crazy though when you think about the scientific discoveries we've made in the past like 5 years, just alone with the James Webb Telescope. That thing is just crazy, like observation level. That I mean, look what the Hubble did. I mean, I remember seeing the that was the 365-day exposure that it took. The famous one with all the galaxies in it. When you look at that, you're like, oh, that's really cool. But then you start thinking about that every single shining dot in that picture is a galaxy. No, not a solar system, a galaxy. I mean, it makes you realize that there has to be like other life out there, which I think is definitely true. But it's a matter of when was the life and where is the life, and I don't think it's very close to us, and even in the same time frame of our existence. Dude, you know all the deep stuff. Ultra deep field using gravitational lensing. Oh yeah. Is gravitational lensing where they utilize planets or suns to kind of determine stuff, basically observe it, the passing of? I know they used to do that like with moons to try to figure out how, or planets, or the day cycles, I think it was. It's amazing what scientists can do for observations of such a deep range and distance away. Just brilliant, actually. Yeah, it's interesting, man. And the funny thing is, all the stuff that we're talking about right now is going on, when it all comes down to it. Ah, neutron stars. Yeah, those things are crazy, dude. Okay, that's what they base upon. They're kind of like well, it's a lighthouse, I guess. In a sense, they use it to navigation, like a North Star almost. It's amazing how ingenious people are. It always amazes me, like the advance of astronomy in like the 1700s, even. Which is ironic that most of scientific progress was stalled so heavily by a specific religion. Because, dear God, I violate the rules of a book written how many centuries ago by a bunch of people to control people, would go against such control mechanisms. Wow. Yeah. The good religious. No comment on religion at the moment. At least the organized stuff these days, mainstream. It's pretty sad. It's kind of like, in a sense, I kind of hope, in a way, that the God they preach about exists, because if they had any self-awareness, those super wealthy pastors and people exploiting other people with the religious beliefs, using that as a way to do it, is you believe what you preach, man. You better wear some sunblock, is all I gotta say. But I think it's just funny how tone deaf, it is. That just goes to show, how big of unbelievers they are, really, when you think about it. So if they truly believe, they would realize the actions in which their lives are built upon is usually the villains in the stories that you're preaching, mostly. Dude, I love that background. I never noticed it. Oh, are they different for different species? Nope, they're all the same. But, yeah, humans, we like to exploit each other. I don't get it. Can we all just get along for once? Like, I guess, we're unfortunately need like a unification cause. Like, that's the problem with us as humans, as a species, that we thrive the best when we're at the almost literally end of our rope. Like, why do we thrive so well when it's that point? Like, why do we get ourselves in that situation to start with? Like, any good parent would ask their kid, you know? It's like, come on, humans, we gotta do better. We can do better. We'll see, though. We'll see indeed. Oh, man. We'll see how this year ends even, right? Oh, dude, I think we've had this chat before. You and I, like, are totally on the same, I think, page in that regard. I don't know. I'm with you on that. I believe that we're all just, literally energy. That's our higher self is trends. It's basically, we basically travel through various planes of existence and various levels of energy. And the funny thing is, I always believe that this three-dimensional plane of existence, again, is the funnest one to be on. Only one that matters, really. Like, the other ones matter, but not as much so in that the experience, I think, on this plane is the best. Because everything's linear based. Everything has a start and finish. And there's no do-overs in our actions. There can be, we can fix the future actions to not do the same thing, hopefully, but once we've done something, there's no taking it back, So that's kind of like my old hippie theory on, like, the energy and souls, I guess, of us, and levels of existence. Pretty flaky, my beliefs actually are, which I know. I'm trying to shore them up. I'm trying to get it all figured out in my head here. So, yeah, no, energy, man. Like, I think that's partially why I'm so good with computers at times. Like, on a different level, like, I exhibit just more energy at times. Like, I've had many cases where I just go to people's desks and things are fixed, honestly. It's probably some logical reason, but... Hell yeah, love it. Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder. I always love TV shows that, like, tackle multi-universes, like the Futurama and the Box of Universes. That episode is so good. It's so good. And Rick and Morty, they do a great job, of course, because, the whole show is built around that idea of going to multiverses and universes and everywhere. Interdimensional Cable, those episodes never disappoint, ever. Yeah, I thought this year's Rick and Morty was going to be not as good. People are saying it wasn't going to be. I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. I've been enjoying them. They're Rick and Morty, man. It's nothing breakthrough, but it's fun humor. It's intelligent at times, and maybe not so much at times. Did I greet my visitor? No, I didn't. Yeah, it is. I agreed. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do reserves, I guess. He's happy about that, I guess. Alright. Yeah, before they were shaming me for giving it to the community. I'm like, I don't want to take it. I don't need it. I'm trying to help out the settlement, yo. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to my sister's farm tomorrow, so I can stay up as late as I want. Playing games and talking into the void. Man, I wonder how much money I'm costing, like, YouTube for all the storage of my videos. Like, I've been doing, like, 2 hours, 3 hours, I'd say about 10 hours of video probably per week for the last, 7 months? I think, like, I have, like, holy crap, like, 753 videos now. Mainly, live sessions. Oh, man. Whatever. It's cool. Not my server. I figure if they start making me pay for storage, I'll be like, well, I guess I'm done. I'll go to Twitch now. Whoa, what the... Oh yeah, that's right. They didn't fix that bug. It's funny, they fixed it, but then they reintroduced it. One thing, you know, is No Man's Sky patches some days. You know what? That's okay. I don't mind them. You know what? I can't complain at all. We get free updates, and it's been 9 years. Like, I think Worlds Part 3 is coming in August. I'm gonna be on. Wait, we're in August. Hang on. Holy crap. Oh my god, 2 days from now is like 9-year anniversary of when it released. The first day I played, August 9th, 2016. Whoa! Sorry guys, I can't do a stream that day. I'll be at the farm. Doing nothing, probably. Actually, let's see. That's like Saturday. No, it's Sunday, actually. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. I'll be back in time for a stream. So never mind. I guess Worlds Part 3, maybe Christmas? Or maybe this fall. Actually, no, probably this fall. Actually, after... Let's say after Labor Day. For us United, probably in end of September, early October, possibly. I guess. Or they just drop one like this week, next week. You never know. It's so funny. I like follow the Light No Fire subreddit too, and God, I feel bad for those guys. They're not getting. There's like been no information. Like they literally launched that trailer and that one video, and that's been the only thing. Like Sean's like, you know what? I remember No Man's Sky pre-launch. What happened? We ain't playing that game. We're not gonna play a game by. We're not gonna let that happen because we're not gonna play the game at all. We're just gonna take the ball, kick it into the other yard, and walk away. Which I love. But then again, a part of me thinks, you know, when it does drop, it drops like shadow drop. Like, oh, here's a trailer, and it's out right now too. Have fun. And who knows? Oh, I do too. I think it might be an expedition, honestly. We'll get an expedition, I think, maybe next week. Because that's something they can do behind the scenes without having to update the code. And I haven't seen anyone mention anything of getting excited about Steam beta code updates, you know. So they're pretty good about getting a sense of direction. But again, you never know. I mean, it could be like on Sunday, Sean's like, Happy 9th anniversary of No Man's Sky. And to celebrate this anniversary, here's Worlds Part 3. Enjoy. Oh, and an expedition. You're welcome. You know, I was really hoping they were going to time the 16th expedition on their 9th anniversary. Or at least make the 16th expedition better. Like a deeper philosophical one that related to the end game storyline more so. Or the universe itself, you know. But, hey, you know what? Again, not complaining. Thank you for everything. Give us HG. Just think if every other big name developer, like, I don't know, Rockstar, why don't you fix the issues in Grand Theft Auto Online? Like, if, oh god, if Rockstar would have given us the quality of life updates like Hello Games gave us from No Man's Sky, I'd still be playing GTA Online. But they literally are doing the shitification of, like, GTA Online. Like, it's all behind GTA Plus, of course. Seriously. Seriously, dudes? Like, it's starting to come full circle. It is. This year and holiday season is going to be, I think, a full circle event for the game industry in that sales are going to be horrible. Like, crap. Like, I don't think the Switch is going to sell anymore at all. Like, we're starting to see it roll in already now. Mario Kart World, the negative videos are coming around, which, you know, I mean, it's always related to the online aspect of it in the open world, which I get it. Oh, they're fun games, you know. It depends on if you like that kind of game, though, of course, too, you know. Open world-ish. I mean, high story elements. The storylines in GTA games are really good, really good. People always rant and rave about Red Dead Redemption 2. You know what? I disagree fully and think that it was crap. The story in Red Dead Redemption 2. It was so crap that I didn't even finish the game. I got halfway through because I'm so sick of Butch saying, oh, we just need a little bit more. I'm like, dude, really? Really? I don't know. I just could not feel a connection with the player, or with the universe and the players in Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, the problem was it didn't align with the real world we're in. fact that he's talking about having all this gold, and I literally was farming gold in the map and had like what way more gold than he would ever, like hundreds of gold. And he would keep telling me this when I'm doing side quests. I'm like, see, that broke immersion. The fact that my storyline wasn't affected by actually things I was doing, like, okay, then, yeah, good story, good cinematics, good graphics and everything, good horse physics, I mean, decent shooting, like any Rockstar game. It's not number one thing of theirs, which should be better, but no, I am, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 is still 54% complete right now, story mode. If I go back to that game, I bet you I'm rich as hell in that game, and I think I have all the horses upgraded, and I did all the side quest stuff. I don't know, that story just got me. I'm like, not like, I mean, the first one, Red Dead Redemption, dude, Mars story, I love that one, man. I played that till I 100% that game, except for one thing I couldn't 100% because of the server issue. That was a bug that said I had 6 of 7 or something, and I had gotten them all, but would never change, and that was the last thing I needed, so, yeah. But yeah, I played that game a lot. Loved it. So yeah, I don't know. The game industry, they're gonna have a reckoning soon here. Well, they're already having a reckoning. It's happening. Like, I don't think they really thought that us gamers were not just gonna buy games that are $80. Like, oh, they'll buy them eventually. Oh yeah, don't worry. It's so good that they will have to pay $80. As Microsoft steps back their $80 games. I'm sorry, but I'm not paying $70 for a game either. Maybe GTA. Wait, GTA 6? Yeah, 7? I don't know. Anyway. Maybe? No, I'm not gonna. I have too many backlog games. Like, they don't realize that there are so many good games out there that were in the last 10 years that they put out, that our backlogs are so full right now. And the games are releasing these days, I mean, there's some really good indie ones, but the mainstream, man, you can tell the big publishers are owned by stockholders. No risks, all generic follow-ups, nothing innovative, no breakthrough physics, gameplay, stories, anything. My god, I played NBA 2K25 recently. I've ran about this recently a lot, but holy shit, unplayable shit. Just shit. Dude, NBA 2K. People are buying that shit. Seriously, dude? Yeah. We need to go away from subscription-based models. Consumers, stop fucking buying everything as subscription-based. That's the reason why they keep doing it, is because everyone keeps buying it. And then they complain about it, but they keep buying it. It's so annoying. It's like, you guys are... It's like you like to complain about it, but then you go back and do it. That's like the thing I don't get, people. What the fuck is everyone doing doing DoorDash? Like, ordering it? Who the hell wants soggy fucking food for twice the price it costs? Like, are people really that lazy right now? Like, I'm not techie, dude. I'm all about technology. But I'd rather get in my car and drive myself to a place to pick it up myself and take home. Or better yet, I'll just go and make the same thing at home in my air fryer for like 1/10 the cost. Like, I've been making spicy McChicken sandwiches my own, and they're probably way healthier and way cheaper, man. I mean, fresher buns, fresh lettuce. I can make my own tartar sauce if I'm feeling saucy, or I'll just buy some and get some, frozen fish fillets, like decent ones too, not the crappy stuff, and throw those in the air fryer. Bada bing, bada boom. 5 minutes later, let's say 10 minutes later, I have a fresh fish fillet or McChicken sandwich that's put together properly and has all the proper ingredients on it for 1/5 the price without leaving my house. Yeah, like crazy. Maybe it's just people forgot how to cook or something. I don't know. Did us millennials parents forget to teach the kids how to cook? I feel like we didn't. Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, I was looking at, like, I was asking my friends that actually at the cabin. Other fellow 40-year-olds, and they're like, no, we don't DoorDash at all. If we do, it's only for things that you don't, like that, like, non, like, fresh stuff. Oh, dude, I used to eat so much Wendy's, man. The bacon cheeseburgers they used to have, oh yeah, those were bomb diggity. I used to get the bacon cheeseburger, I think it was, and the chili. It was like $3, I think, at the most. Yeah, that's like another thing, like you see all kinds of videos talking about online because it's such an easy low hanging fruit slash easy target shooting fish in a barrel. Fast food restaurants, how they're dying or not dying, but they are. Hopefully are, because seriously, the two things they're supposed to be doing fast and cheap, they fail to do, which is like, I mean, 2020 was the last time I went to McDonald's. I took my mom there, but on the way home from visiting relatives, and we had a car ride, and I was like, well, we could stop at the diner, which would take a little bit longer, or we can just quick get something at McDonald's. So I went to McDonald's, walk in there, they have the fucking kiosks there. Seriously? Seriously? You're gonna make me order from a fucking touchscreen? Okay, fair enough. Order. Hit pay. I'm like, now I look at my receipt, I'm like, holy fuck. 2 fish fillet meals with the orange juice on each of them for our drink costed over $20. Okay. And literally, it took 5.5 minutes to get our meals. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I worked at McDonald's actually growing up, so, like, this whole thing with McDonald's, I have direct-hand experience, but I worked every spot in McDonald's. I did the opening shifts and the closing I did mainly closing shifts at most of the McDonald's I worked. My buddies and I were highly efficient at closing down restaurants and doing a very good job cleaning them and everything. Like, that was, like, the fun of it. Like, when we would close, my buddies and I were all soccer players on the team. All were working at the same place, and we literally would have competitions. Like, okay, guys, let's see who can get it done best. See who can do get it done fastest. And then, of course, the manager would come by and check out the stations and make sure we did a good job. And so, we made a game out of it and didn't mind it at all. Like, I'm glad I worked at McDonald's. I had a blast, actually. It taught me a lot of things, how to deal with not happy people, how to, conflict resolution, basic delegation, multitasking, high-paced environments, pressure, embracing of pressure, that was these classical, old-school fast food job days. But I think that was a pretty common experience, actually, that fast food in those days was a vaulting point for people. Yes, teamwork especially. Like, I always usually worked in the back, either on the assembly line, because me and my buddies were awesome at that, or I was the queuer dude, so I can wrap fucking burgers like a mofo, like, ridiculous, so you could not bury me. Like, that was like the thing. During rush hour, dinner times, literally, you would just be pumping burgers out, because you'd have lines that were backed up. And the area that this McDonald's is in was like the main shopping district. So on Saturdays at noon, oh my god, craziness. So we'd always have they'd always be like, okay, whoever's rapping, like, okay, let's bury them. We'd be like, okay, let's get 2 trays, we'll do 24, just send them, blitz them with them. And that was like the best thing, like, where you guys go? And then, doing the pass, that was fun as hell. I love that, running the pass in front. So basically, you're the guy behind the cashiers, keep an eye on all the orders, checking what's coming through, looking at the holding bins. Because they're actually, back in the day, McDonald's was very, very, very strict on holding times of food in those warmers. Like 10 minutes. That timer goes off, that food goes in a basket, food waste basket to count later. Like, there was no 1 minute after thing. Like, we were very strict at McDonald's I worked at, and I think that was pretty common back then, actually, for most ownership. Because I think franchise would be very strict, home office would be very strict to franchisees and have, surprise people come by to check them. But, yeah, so, that was good stuff. Teamwork, yeah, teamwork, huge. Because, you get everyone on the same team, like, oh, yeah, guys, let's do this, start vibing, and, you get in a rhythm with your team, man, and just synergy is, crazy, and how efficient one can be, too. And it makes, your job awesome when you could just do that and be and then you have management that actually recognizes the value of that and trusts you with stuff and got your back, so to say, when customers have issues or anything, and it's nice. But that's the sad thing right now. The work world right now is nothing like that. So, I mean, I've seen it directly firsthand with my friends that have worked jobs for 5 to 10 years that just got laid off without any notice. One day, just, yeah. Which, you know what? Old people saying the young people don't want to work, or they have what's the word I'm looking for? Commitment, I guess, to a job. You know what? I wouldn't either, and I don't either anymore, because there's no point to have a commitment or any wanting to help the company. Because the companies these days, the way they're treating their employees, they think they can do whatever they want right now, and they think AI is going to be the be-all, one-all fix to their labor costs, like the bean counter saying that we got to get costs down. It's like, well, you got to pay people still. See? Larger bonus. I bet, dude. Starbucks is... I would always go to Dunn Brothers we had in our building every morning, and the interactions I had with the people I worked that were there, like, we were very... I actually went out with drinks them a few times, partied with them. Like, they're like 15 years younger than me, so like, they're mid-20s, I'm in my mid-30s, and we're partying, like, yeah, that's sweet. How did I get here? Oh, these are the guys that buy my coffee from every morning and talk shit about stuff with. It's like, yeah, it's cool. So that's like I was saying earlier, interact with people and strangers, because it leads to good things. It can at times. For the most part, it can lead to good things. There's gonna be, you gotta be smart about it, of course. You can't just be, oh, here's my address, I don't even know who you are, but you gotta step outside your comfort zones. And the moment you do, the more you do, the higher probability you have something amazing happening. Because, like the saying says, what? Oh man, my brain farts right now. Every missed opportunity, no, every not taken opportunities that you have a 0% chance of failing. Well, that's it. Okay. 0% chances if you don't take any chances, basically, you have a 0% chance of failing, but you also have a 0% chance of succeeding too. So to say, I'm totally murdered that proverb type thing. That is fucking awesome, small world, dude. I love that in life. There's something to say about the law of attraction in life and reality, Like, I think there's experiments they do with, like, protons, if I remember correctly, where they put them in a vacuum, leave them all in very uniquely positioned spots away from each other evenly, and then we'll come back and check where the locations are, and they are somehow all grouped together in a corner. Which says a lot about the world we exist in, right? Even on a molecular particle level. Like, yeah, it's funny. I think love's more than just an emotion. It might be a property of reality. We just haven't figured out how to rationalize or observe properly and calculate. Or I could be totally wrong, which I probably am, but hey, I like to put it out there. Like, I don't know, that's the weird part about me, I think, the moment someone thinks about it, the potential of it existing becomes, 1% more than it was before. Or a percentage more than it was before. Not a guarantee that it will exist or ever become a reality, but probability. If we live in deterministic, which I'm trying to figure that out, like the theory of potentiality of our world being a deterministic based upon the Big Bang Theory and the wave collapse theories. I've seen the overlap. I gotta look that one up again. That was a crazy fun theory. Yeah, I found that one. I stumbled upon that when I was looking into the slit experiment with quantum mechanics and paradoxes. That's just crazy too, like the slit experiments. Yeah, that's what I thought. I need to look into this stuff more. Like, I just know like the very surface level concepts of the theory, not even the theory itself, just kind of generally what they were speaking about. That's my problem is I need to get a deeper, specific level of knowledge of these topics I'm interested in. But then I just get in too deep and it's just too complex and I think too much about it. My brain just goes, pow! But that's the fun part. So then what I do is I take a break for a month, come back, and try to address it again. So basically, I've been trying to read about quantum mechanics for the last 5 years, and I still don't know shit. All I know is that nothing has value till you actually look at it. It can have everything. It can be all properties until it collapses on the observation of it. Which is crazy to think about, you know? That part alone, that's the only thing I've really come to terms with quantum mechanics. There's so many other things that are just mind-blowing, like... I mean, when you think about it, quantum mechanics really is kind of the magic of the old world, old era of days, old days, you know? It is so much fun, like... It kind of feels like a cheat in a way, honestly, Dirge. I feel like quantum mechanics is like the physicist's, like, cheat sheet. Ooh, I'm curious, how do you think it's dangerous? Is it the applications of the theory? It's like, oh, I think it's dangerous and that can kind of break all of our foundational knowledge of physics, isn't it? It kind of, again, it feels like a Cliff Notes almost cheat of physics and our universe. It's like, well, you know, maybe the simulation creator's like, you know, I don't really know how that works. We're just gonna make it, we'll just call it quantum mechanics. We'll just put it in this little box that we call, I don't know how this works. Kind of like how, you know, sometimes we do things like with code and programs. We're not sure how we got to the result. We know we get to the same result if we create a similar set of, you know, circumstances. We don't understand it, but we know if we do this, this is gonna happen. Oh my god, really? Suicide rate amongst? I could see it. Oh boy. Is that like a belief of them that that this is just a guise? I could see that though, like, I mean, I realize when I talk on here sometimes, I'm sorry y'all if I get negative, like thinking about technology and existence and times, you know, I'll be honest. Here's a stark truth for y'all. The reality of our lives and our purpose and actions in this world are basically pointless. On a galactic scale, they mean nothing. We're not even like, you know, madness. Oh my god, wow. I could see that though, like an intellectual type, because I think I went off the loop of reasoning. I feel like I could see that happening, or losing their minds. I mean, it kind of, I feel like it could break your concept of reality, you know, because everything that you studied, at least in a scientific aspect, is kind of fundamentally going to be broken by like one theory. Oh no, don't worry. I'm not really. I think I just have ads on for fun, honestly. I'm sorry if I do have ads. Oh no, don't be dirt, it's cool. I talk about all kinds of shit. I swear even too these days, like, I mark my videos not made for kids, like my channel specifically is marked that way, because I'm like, I swear. I talk about drugs and stuff. I talk about my crazy drinking days, you know, like, I'm a mid-4-year-old screaming on YouTube that has no right to be, really. I have a channel, I've been on here since 2006, so I'm like a grandpa of YouTube who never hit it big, and thank God. I'm glad I never did, honestly. That would have been oofda. I've seen the lifestyles and the daily routines of the big YouTubers, and I'm just like, yeah, no thank you. I think I'll just work my corporate job and put a few videos and make a few dollars on the side to pay my cell phone bill maybe in a year. Yeah, transparency out there. How much do I make a year on YouTube? You want to know? $120. But you know what, though? That pays my cell phone bill for 4 months. So, hey, thanks, guys, for... I'm sorry about the ads. I should just turn them off, really. But the thing is, if I turn them off, they're still going to show you them. So, So I encourage you all to use uBlock Origin or uBlock Origin Lite now for Safari. Oh, by the way, yes, uBlock is out for Safari on all platforms. iOS, macOS, iPadOS. It frickin' works, actually. There's a reason why I use Firefox as my sole browser, because I hate Safari's lack of extensions and not having uBlock. So uBlock Lite, decent so far. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. Well, I apologize if I have ever triggered anything I say ever triggers you. I'm not meant to be. Yeah, that's nasty stuff, man. PTSD. I mean, a lot of like I was saying before, you know, a lot of caregivers have. I mean, I probably have a little bit of PTSD myself, honestly. So, I mean, it's a different world when you're caring for somebody you're on the edge of, you know, constantly worrying about their death, like literally every day, and you try not to be, but you're reminded of it, and you know, the constant on, like, you know, like in military, and when you're in a imagine like the military, for example, another version of PTSD, a totally different one. You know, the constant on and threat of like dying. Oh, good deal. Well, if I ever do, and you're listening, just say no. Just say trigger, stop, and I'll do it. I'll move on. Topic switch, change. So. But yeah, no, PTSD, that's some bad stuff. It's people that have never experienced it or never experienced an anxiety attack in their life really don't know what it's like, and I think they're the ones that tend to make fun of people with it. But the moment I think I've seen it happen before, the moment that those people have one, their tune on that changes instantly. Like, yeah. That's the thing for me, I guess. I've been lucky that I haven't really had maybe one anxiety attack in my whole life, and that was probably the last 3 years. I had one, I think it was, after, like, I can't remember what it was. Probably maybe that storm that took out part of the garage, but anyhow. But for the most part, I've been lucky. I guess, oh, man. Oh, that's a bummer, dude. I'm sorry. Well, thank you for your service. You did serve, and I appreciate that. I'm a coward, the way I could do it, so. I'd die. Actually, I probably would be a tech guy, like, higher away from combat, maybe, but put me on combat, I'd be... Sorry, I don't kill people. Yep, my self-preservation skills in that regard are bad. It's like I was talking about earlier, you know. Hey, don't worry about triggering. I was talking about cannibalism, so. No worries, dog, no worries. Like, I was saying earlier, like, I watch enough of these shows lately, and like, yeah, it comes down to either dying or cannibalism. You know what I choose every time? Dying. Because fuck that. Like, I want to live with the idea that I hate other humans to stay alive. Yeah. Oh my god, that's even worse, honestly, dude. I'm sorry, man. Oh my god. My bad. For Dirge, you're in my heart, my man. You're in my heart. I got you. Like, that's so wrong and tough. As if, you know, growing up wasn't hard enough, right? I hope things are being worked out and you're doing better as a person too, you know. That's something it takes forever if you ever can overcome or at least come to terms with it, you know. It's very, you know, pivotal point in our lives. So I'm gonna step away from that, and I don't want to trigger you or anything, so. But thanks for being here. We appreciate you. I appreciate your existence. Oh, yeah, like, I don't know if there's, you know, been quite a few histories of it, movies and shows about it, but yeah, I have a feeling there's probably a high rate of suicide amongst people that survive that way, or high levels of guilt, or psychosis even, too, honestly. I mean, being younger, I could see it being easier to get through, maybe, but I don't know, man. That's like, I just, I'll be honest, like 20 years ago, I was like all into the prepper stuff. Not like hardcore, like changing my life because of it, but I always had, I've always been prepared in life, My parents taught me to be prepared. So I've always, had like kits in my car. I still do every day have a kit. I live in Minnesota, so winter survival kits are a month, so I just make it I call it my winter survival kit, but it's my life survival kit actually. So in my Mini Cooper, underneath my trunk, I have a little storage area. Basically, in that storage area, I have basically all the bare necessities to survive at least a month. Oh, oh wow, that would be tough then, man. That's a tough one. Well, I'm glad to hear that was it. Not, even though it sucks still, nonetheless. But I'm glad it wasn't like abuse or anything, or that kind of stuff, the bad stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's wild. We're humans. That's like one thing I realized. It's like that the last like 4.5 years, I have so much time to just think about stuff because you know hanging out with my mom, and she liked to watch TV. And I could only do so many games with her every day, so she'd get frustrated, or if I would get frustrated, after a while. And play cards though, I love doing that. We played a lot of cards, but other times we just watch TV. So I quite literally had a lot of time to just think about stuff. It's weird. I heard something crazy. I don't know if it's the game or what. Anywho, oh, it's a game. Good deal. Something landed. Phew. So it goes. My condo's tiny, and the door's right there. I've seen it, and it's always locked. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man. I think I had one of those myself too, because that's kind of why I got let go at work, because I think I had my nerves break down online on Facebook. Didn't say anything like damaging, but then I think, boss saw it, and then he's like, oh. But then I like literally deleted it within hours, but they basically were gonna let me go, I think. Fire me straight up, but then I think they started realizing that the grounds for firing they didn't have anything on, and basically I was a rock star at the law firm. Like every fucking attorney loved me, including the ones with the names on the law firm. Like I was there, they always like, I was outside of tech support at this point. Like I've been there, 15 years, and any of those guys called the help desk, and they're like, Jimmy, you gotta go talk to them. They said they don't want to talk to you. I'm like, okay. So and it's funny though, like a lot of the high-end attorneys never realized I got let go until I think, were told that I had left. And they found out, and there's a few of them were pretty fucking pissed because I was their go-to guy on trials. Like, so yeah, one of my duties at the law firm was I would go with the law firm and their team of legal counsel when they go to trials out of state. And the trials that we take up these are, $50 to $120 million judgments we're looking at and stuff. So, and I've been doing trial support for about 7 years at that point, and during those 7 years, not a single technical failure caused any law firm any trials to fail. If we lost the trial, it wasn't because of my technology failing. It was always the attorneys not winning. So, but yeah, no, that was like the whole thing, but they realized they fucked up, so I got a severance package, enough to last a year's salary almost. Half a year's salary I got out of it. And my 401k, which I was fully invested in, and then he said, even gave me health insurance till the end of the year, and even let me apply for unemployment without having any problems with it. They said they would not challenge it at all or anything, so. Yeah, I think they realized that I could have probably sued them pretty bad if I had a labor attorney if I wanted to. And I almost actually quit, but my coworker was like, no, 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 don't do it, man. Just hold out. Just wait until that meeting, and wait out for the meeting. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh. So after all that happened, I told her, I'm like, yeah, thanks for telling me to wait. It worked out pretty good, actually. So yeah, basically, and then after that, literally 2 weeks after that happened, my dad passed away from a heart attack. And that's when I started my caregiving journey for the last 4.5 years. And then mom passed away in January of this year, and thus concluded that first half chapter of my life. Dude, the social service programs available for people that need it is just ridiculous. It's like the requirements, they literally want you to be literally on the streets to get any of these disabilities or any of the benefits I've noticed. Like, it's sad. Like I've navigated the system. My mom, though, she had, like I said, had savings that paid for most everything. So, but I mean, I talked to all the people there, and yeah, it's the way the system's set up. It's like you literally gotta be poor. Like my aunt, my uncle, he has been in like adult assisted living for now 5 years, and she's paying $70,000 a year for that. And she literally she had worked at a law firm too downtown, or similar. I talked to her, like would go out to eat with her downtown Minneapolis, because we worked in pretty close buildings, skyscrapers together, and she'd been a legal assistant for about 25 years when she retired, and she basically got forced out towards the end there too, which is sad as fuck. Yeah, pretty shitty what they've been doing to the old people lately. Literally 2 years left to retire, and then they force you out so you can't get max earnings. It's like, really, dudes? Because someone at 62 years old is not going to be able to get a new job at all after they've been let go. I mean, that's just like, it's basically like, hey, we know you've been here 20 years and have given all your best years, but here, right at the last moment where we could do a good thing, we're going to say, fuck you, give you a middle finger, give you a box, put your shit in, and not even maybe like a little fucking thank you, like water fucking bottle, some bullshit branded merch. They've spent way too much money on marketing. Hey, marketing, fuck you. Look what's happening to not marketing, I mean HR. Look what's happening to HR now. How they feel, HR? Everything that you've been doing to everyone else, now your department is the one in the crosshairs. Which is ironic that they're replacing HR with AI. Fucking hilarious. Oh, the world, make it make sense, right? But we can't. We're humans. We don't make sense. We're the most illogical, logical beings in the world. They make some of the greatest things, yet do some of the most horrible things. We create life, but yet we'll destroy it in an instant. Honestly, aliens, if they did ever understand and study us, they're probably fucking terrified of us. I would be if we ever did obtain interstellar travel. Oh my god. Maybe like some of the, villains in the space movies that we have these days, we're onto something. Insert the meme. Are we the bad guys? What is good and bad, right? A human created definition. I mean, so I guess the question I always had is, did anything ever really exist if it didn't have a name and there was no language to describe it? There's a crazy thought, huh? Epistemology. Can't even say the word now. Yeah. That really big word talking about knowledge. Exactly. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? We are the only thing like us so far. I mean, again, like the whole thing, our observation of the universe is unique too. Like, how do we know that aliens are right next to us? I mean, that's the thing I always tell people, like, as a counterpoint to aliens existing, and a way to get around the Fermi paradox is that they're just on a different spectrum of light they exist on than we do. Like, our limited view of light is crazy. Like, we don't see the world in infrared even, like, on a daily basis, and who knows what we could see in infrared on a daily basis. I mean, look at animals, how they seem to just be looking into space at times. You know, Dirge, you and me, man. If you're closer by, you know what? I don't drink, but god dang it, I'm gonna have a beer. I bet it's really bad and old, but I'm gonna have one. I have, I think, 2 beers in my fridge that are 2 years old or more. Oh yeah, it's a Michelob Golden Light. They only sell these in the Midwest because we're the only area that would drink this slop. But dude, you and I, man, I hear ya. I love that. I'm proud to be me and happy to be me, but I'm generally not too proud to be human, which, word. I am, but not, right? It's like, it's the yin and the yang of humanity. I guess maybe we're just a product, a result of the world just being literally ones and zeros, again, a simulation. Oh, wow, I guess that brings my crazy, deep, high level, like, world views into lower level reality views. That the reason why there's always seems like a good and a bad, opposing, contrasting differences in reality is because the whole reality of life is our world and existence based upon a language that's either 1 or 0, an on or off signal. Ooh, I like it. It's way the fuck out there. There you go. Crazy thought theory for you there. Good and evil existence reality because it's simulation, and only because the code is 1s and 0s. Yep. Yeah. God, I miss my one friend went to college with. Her and I would literally sit up all night smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, talking about this shit. And I just love to have another person in real life to bounce, like, the ideas off of. Like, as crazy as they were, like, she was great about, like, she would bring me back down to earth, but I looked up to her intellectually so much. Like, at age 18, you know, I grew up on a farm in small fucking Hickville, so my worldviews were, for where I was from, were pretty wide open, pretty liberal, actually. Like, my biggest and best trait I have to say about myself, besides my emotional human intelligence, which I'm good at reading people, and if I want someone to like me, I can get them to like me, usually. And I like to bring good vibes. People say I bring good energy, which is a common thing I hear. Like, you have such a good energy. Like, what does that mean? So that's why I always say the whole higher level magnetism, and why I feel like maybe it gives me advantage with computers, but nonetheless, so it's crazy. That's my cop out when I lose my chain of thought. When you hear me say it's crazy, it means I totally forgot what I was saying. It's getting late. I've been streaming for, let's see. Oh my god, 3 hours coming up on. Hey! That's like my normal stream, I guess. And what have I done? Hardly anything. Just yammered on about existence and reality and crazy thoughts and realities, scenarios, rants and raves. Yeah, you know, I thought about actually doing, like, those shows where you talk about other people's videos, but, you know, I realized I'm lazy. Like, I don't want to, I figure, you know what, here's the last week what I did for geek stuff. That's true, I agree. Because you can tell some people that don't bring the good vibes, like, you can feel that, like, negative vibes when it just enters a room, you're just like, ooh, that's cold, what is that? Where's that darkness and that drone from? But I like to always go up to them and try to balance it out, at least, you know, balance the vibes. But yeah, good times. It's always interesting though, like, human personalities and, like, human intelligence, man. Like, that was like the best thing that I brought to the table in the tech world for myself personally was that I understood technology, but I understood people better than technology at times, so I could relay the technical information in a layman's term, which is actually a pretty good skill to have in life, actually. And it's a good skill for yourself to have, because then it forces you to fully understand something when you break down a very complex process or definition or idea to a term that most people can, you know. I could do that in computer stuff, but I'm trying to figure that out in science and space, but man, that stuff's, well, it's beyond my scope of intelligence. Like I went to school initially, college, thinking I was going to be an astrophysicist. Yeah, that's what I thought I was going to be when I was 18 years old, an astrophysicist. So my first year at the U of M was literally heavy science and math. Mind you, the first year I ever had independent freedom from my parents on a farm in a small town. Yeah, did not go, TLDR, did not go well. And why? I ended up with a philosophy and anthropology degrees, BAs. Like, yeah, math, like I got to calculus 2, the weeding out math at U of M. I just got destroyed. I got like a D. That was the first time I ever got a D ever in any grade ever. I was like straight A student in high school. I never was a kid that never needed to study. Like, my skill in life was, in music, at least, was looking ahead. That's funny, though. Like, I've heard of other physicists that are similar. Like, they're like, the math sucks, but man, everything else, the concepts, I get that shit. Which, I could see that, totally. So I feel like, you know, there's a statistical and the physicists, like, the application side of it. I've noticed, like, a split in between them. But yeah, the math is crazy. Like, I remember my buddy, he was like literally taking organic chemistry in freshman. He went on to become a doctor, actually. And holy shnikes, we'd sit down and study together. Of course, bringing a bottle of Southern Comfort. Fucking horrible idea. We ended up usually sitting down, dude, trying to get through some math homework. It's like, okay, I'm gonna work I gotta work on my organic chem. You work on Calc 1. Next thing you know, he looks over at me. He's like, smiles, like, ah, I know what we need. We need a little Southern Comfort to help us get through this. I'm like, okay. Next thing you know, we have NHL. What was it? Oh, I can't remember what game it was. We play it on the same team co-op style. Whenever the other team would score, we'd have to drink a shot. If we got a penalty, we'd have to drink a shot. If we scored, we didn't have to drink a shot, thankfully. But, yeah, so we drank a lot. We were not very good either. So we drank a lot. And by the end of the night, it always would end up, he, like, somehow was into juggling in high school, of all things. Like, so we literally be wasted in his room. He'd break out his juggling pins. The next thing we know, the lights are off, and he's fucking juggling in the dark. And, yeah, there's my college dorm stories. And then, of course, his roommate would always be making, like, homemade wine that was just fucking horrible. And he'd be always at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. like, hey guys, wanna try my new wine? And fucking us, being idiots, drunk. What do? We take a sip of that shit and just, oh my god, just, yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Horrible. Horrible. Get you drunk, but, oh my god, horrible. It was like the Matrix, you know, the stuff that they're drinking, the turpentine, basically. It's like, oh. Yeah, I had a lot of fun in college. And you know what the thing is, though, like, again, it cost me $26,000 for 5 years in college. I did get grants back in those days, but, again, it's not 6 figures, and, yeah. So, well, you know what? I think I need to put something in an air fryer, and, I don't know, probably go to bed eventually. Well, actually, I can go on, I don't know. I did just open a beer, a really bad one. Oh, man. Yeah. It's funny, I used to drink a lot and play video games at night, and oh my god. Yeah. That was dumb. I always saw a lot of money on alcohol. I used to, like, spend, like, oh my god, like, at least $20 a week on beer. So I used to drink IPA beer. Oh. Then I got into whiskey for a while during the pandemic, and during the pandemic is when I got, you know, let go of my job, I just quit drinking altogether, too, and Probably one of the best things I did. Now I made like 1 or 2 drinks a month at the most. So even though last weekend, that's a anomaly because I went to the cabin with the boys. We do once a year. Bruno. Michelob Golden Light. Oh, actually, I think I was gonna do this. I was gonna do my thing here. Yeah, haven't any build opportunities lately. You know what? They need a holiday. You know what? We're all about the workers here at the settlements. Yeah, I used to. Oh my god. Oh, is that what it's called, Bruno? It was kind of like that, but it was made in a big gas thing instead. Thankfully, a brand new one. Or at least that's what he told us. I don't know. I feel like he might have used it for gas before. But yeah. Then I had another friend make dandelion wine a few times. I've had that, and it's actually not bad if you know how to do it right. And I remember one other time a friend of ours went down south and got moonshine from one of his like hick uncle dudes, and holy shit, moonshine, man! When you see them like those guys drink that just like water, you know they're alcoholics. Cause no effing way, man, that would burn so bad. Like you would feel like your chest is on fire. Like it literally will take the breath out of you. Like you'll be like, like it's that strong. Like yeah. It's like I always watch like used to watch Little House on the Prairie with my mom, which I have a whole new appreciation for that TV show after like the last 4 years. Gives me appreciation for how people lived in the old days, even though it's not 100% accurate or that close are, but the concepts, you know. Yeah, it was tough in the old days, man. Like crazy, man. Yeah, when people talk about like, you know, going back in time and living in the old days, I'm like, yeah, none of us would survive if we went back in time. We'd all die, like of some very basic thing that we just weren't adapted to or used to in those days. Or just our thought processes would alienate ourselves, like we'd be witches and condemned by society because we don't understand too much of how things work. He's a witch! Look at him, he knows how to predict the weather cycles. Only a witch would be able to tell you it's gonna rain today. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's the thing for a while. The NPC ships would literally get stuck here, and I had like 6 of them all stacked up on there. And then I went to go shoot them, and ended up causing them to all turn on me. Oh, yeah. No Man's Sky. Good times. Good times. Good memories. Okay, I'll do my thing. Maybe I gotta build things. Yeah. Nope. I gotta do the productivity, though. The debt we can build, but we gotta make it... Yeah, right now it takes like 17 days to build one of the cryogenic chambers, I think. Yeah, I think I actually am kind of done building for a bit here since I think I finished my bakery now too. We're good. Now I'm just waiting on Hello Games to fix the lighting textures on the light panels I used a lot. Actually, I need to put a bug request in report. Which, by the way, if any software people out there are looking for anyone to test their software, let me know. I'm really good at it. It's what I did for my job, actually, partially. They evaluate software, find all the bugs and holes and problems with it, and then package it up and deliver it to the users without them having to do a single thing. Yep. Which actually, you know, like those skill sets I learned at work, or I guess I learned before I got work, come in handy every day though. Like my Windows 11 is a pure custom ISO I built myself with all the bull crap ripped out of it without breaking the operating system. Yay! Copilot, suck this. I'll show you no Copilot. You don't even exist in my build. Yeah, it's funny, like, group policy management stuff, oh my god. Like, I used to do all that stuff. I love that stuff, like, remember one week I was, well, like I was bored at work, like a lot of weeks, because you know when you're good at your job in IT, you don't do much because you build a system, you build it right the first time, you don't do much but run an update or two, or maybe like a bug in the code itself you have to troubleshoot, and then finally get like a hotfix from the vendor for, like, man, I work with a lot of Citrix environment stuff and lots of hotfixes. Yeah, I always wait at least 2 update cycles before updating, or go LTSC, long-term servicing channels of software. Yeah, I remember I broke our NetScaler one time and literally broke email to every single mobile phone and tablet and VPN client for like an hour. Yeah, you don't make NetScaler routing rule changes in production hours, I found out. Or at least you do it on the co-location one that you can test in the test environment in VLAN. Yeah, that's fun. It's funny though, like these days, I literally have quit every single subscription service. I don't pay for a single subscription service right now. Like, the only thing I pay for right now is Apple iCloud 2 terabytes, and that's just because I have a lot of photos, and it's my second backup, my backup solution, since I have I want to say like 42 terabytes of storage here at my condo, my Navis, and then 4 more terabytes on my MacBook, and another 8 terabytes on my mini PC. That all it does is it's just a Plex server with no media on it, even so. I should probably repurpose those drives. And then I have about 25 terabytes in external drives that I use for backing up my other stuff. So I have my 1, 2, 3 backup solutions too. Then I have a couple lifetime subscriptions for cloud storage. I got DeGu for 4 terabytes of DeGu for like $60, but it's a lifetime. And I've been using that actually to offload all my media that I don't watch anymore, but I want to keep because it took me forever to find. So yeah, I've become my friend's. I've kind of become my friend's streaming service, let's just say, and a superior one at that. Like, I am actually ready for what's about to happen here. The censoring of the internet. The shitification of the internet has begun already. But you know what? It's going to lead to the internet 2.0. Oh yeah, it definitely is. But here's the funny thing is, you know, people in my generation, we always thought, us millennials thought, younger generations would replace us instantly with the technological know-how that they'd have. And the funny thing is, it's not the case. Like, it's a different knowledge set altogether. But the things that we learned are the things that no one's teaching anymore, because we grew up in the industry as it was maturing and literally dictated the industry. And like I was saying earlier, we built all the fundamental infrastructure for everything that happens now. And the funny thing is, all the tech companies seem to forget that right now, because everything's running really good, because everything was built really good 10 to 6 years ago. Here's the thing, upgrading cycles are coming due soon. And eventually, you know, you could say, let's just throw it in the cloud, but eventually the cloud is a computer somewhere. And the cloud is fucking expensive, yo. Like, I knew that. I saw that coming 10 years ago, and the cloud became the next buzz trend word for enterprise. I'm like, yeah, this is a great idea, but don't you all see the trap happening here? They're basically, what they're trying to do is get you to ditch your own on-site data centers to go to a cloud at a ridiculously unsustainable pricing model initially, to then get you fully invested, all infrastructure there, no on-site location, to then basically have you buy the balls because you can't do anything, because you can't migrate, because you're so far in. If you want to migrate, you probably got to pay another service charge fee to get the ability to get backups that you can actually control. And people forget that when it's not your cloud, you don't have any control over outages. Like, when I worked at the law firm, we had a 99.98% uptime. The only time we went down was because of our internet service provider. We ran co-locations with Thomson Reuters, We had dual location for all data stores, all VM stores. I mean, I was load balancing across 2 sites over a 10 gig WAN. Woo woo! So, yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, the thing is, they fired everyone that knew the infrastructure, so when that shit breaks, we all us old people do? We get greedy too. We start charging them what we should have been paid. And that's gonna happen. Mark my words, next year at this time, I'll be doing a video like I always do. I'm not going to specific one, but I'll probably be talking about, hopefully I'll be saying, hi, see, told you guys, idiots. Hiring phases, now they're hiring everyone back. But I think, you know what, if we can do it, we should just say no. No, I don't think I will. I think I'll just make you sweat a little. Well, here's the thing, too, I hate about the world right now is that all these fucking companies, oh, we're gonna save millions of dollars by firing all these workers. You know what, you fucking idiots? If you would just fire the guy at the top, you would have saved all that money and not lost any jobs, and you wouldn't have put a dent in the goddamn economy. Think about this, the economy. Let's think about it overall. If you fire one person that makes 20 million versus firing 50 people that make 40,000, who do you think is going to have a bigger impact on the economy as a whole? One motherfucker that has so much money that he's taken advantage of society already and all the tax breaks he gets? Or two, the people that actually buy everything and pay for everything and the taxes and everything else, the social services that contribute? What the fuck, yo? Why are we not firing the CEOs of these companies that are failing? They're the fucking idiots making the goddamn decisions. What the fuck, people? Why are we not making a bigger deal of this? You and I do the fucking shit they do, we get fired. We don't get no golden parachute. We don't get our salary for a year. We get fired and denied unemployment because they said that they just weren't a good fit, or they make up some bullshit so you can't get unemployment benefits. And when you do get unemployment benefits, you're making 40% of what you normally are making. Your bills suddenly go down 40% when you get unemployed? No, they don't. Your healthcare will actually go up dramatically if you go with Cobra. Yeah. They did. They sure did. It's been a setup. It's all been masked in the idea that we're gonna give the masses freedom of communication, freedom to get out from underneath quote-unquote the man, aka gig work. In other words, we're gonna convince them that they can be their own bosses, but yet the reality is we get away with having literally contractors that we don't have to pay benefits for. Yeah, they're idiots. Overpopulation was never a problem. Overpopulation was a problem if you see it as a very localized, short-term event cycle of 10 years. You look at it on a century-level cycle, we are never going to overpopulate. I mean, they forget that. The assumptions of statisticians made in the old days is that perpetual growth theory, I think. Like that humanity would never reach a peak, which I think we did in the 2000s. Like, it's starting to really show, like, seem to point to the early 2000s to be the golden era of humanity so far, about globally speaking, overall speaking, not just the USA alone, like everywhere. Like, and I'm glad I lived those years. But doesn't have to be. Here's the thing. We can all win, guys and gals. There doesn't need to be losers, really. There doesn't. That's the problem we have, is that the higher-ups and those in power are trying to literally set us lower people, lower classes of economic classes on each other. They want us to turn on each other so that they can get away with the bullshit they're pulling off these days. Yeah, Musk, dude, what a sell motherfucker. There's what money and greed does to you. Oh wait, and he was never poor to start with, people. People that want to say Riggs the richest free Elon Musk, they are so fucking uninformed. My god, a basic Google search will show you exactly who his fraudulent parents were. Yeah. Oh, and he's an immigrant, people. Immigrants also can be white. Shocking. Shocking. It's so funny. I mean, in reality, everyone's an immigrant, really. Except for Indians. I mean, Native Americans. I mean, seriously, no one... Like, the whole, like, history of America. Oh, man. Colonialism, right? Definition of, I guess, quite literally. And that's the thing, you know. When we're talking about that is, we find other aliens. We shouldn't be excited to find aliens, honestly, because if they make it to Earth, that says a lot. Like, yeah. Colonialism reversed, man. Except we're the natives and not the Easterners, Westerners, you know. Yep, they're usually bad, but I don't think we ever have to worry about that. Yeah, the Medicaid, Medicare. Honestly, that I was very on the beat on what was happening with that stuff because obviously I had a vested interest with mom's Medicare and her health insurance she had and Social Security and everything to keep maintaining everything. Yeah, it's fucked. I don't know what the end goal is, honestly. That's like, what is the end goal? I mean, to control everybody? Why? What do you want to do with that? Does that sound exciting? Yeah, I guess that's why I would never be evil, is that it sounds boring as hell. And what's the point? Like, oh, have you looked into South Korea and Japan and everywhere? Like, China? Oh my god, China's fucked. Like, people don't realize how bad China's fucked. Like, that whole single child policy and the way Chinese society worked with the males. Yeah, there's so many fucking guys and no women. Duh, that was gonna be an obvious problem when you're limiting literally one child to not get like taking fines from the government and not getting stuff from the government. Oh yeah, like that didn't increase like the think of all the oh my god, babies and childs being let go of the earth, you know what I'm saying? Think about that, huh? China, you have blood in your hands that you'll never get rid of. Same with Japan, though, too. Like, it's so funny, our perceptions of Japan, how it's changed so dramatically in the last, 100 years. Holy shit, 100 years ago? You should read about Japan 100 years ago in 1920. Oh god, yeah, they're trying to do, South Korea's got, I mean, I'm Korean. I came from there. I'm a product of their fucked up adoption and fraud system they had going on in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. Like, the reality is, I figured out, like, I probably never was an abandoned kid. I might have just been lost from my family at the time when I was a baby and got separated, but at the time someone found me and was just like, you know what, I'll just put them up for adoption, say that. And they got money, actually. It was like a market, quite literally, for adoption. And that probably hurt also Korea too, dramatically. You just think about, I think of all the South Koreans that Minnesota adopted. There's a lot of Koreans in this area, man. Like in my area where I grew up, my mom and dad, a lot of Koreans have, let's just say, inherited farms in the Midwest. So yeah, they basically screwed themselves over pretty bad. And the worst thing about Korea, though, from what I've been seeing, at least I need to do more informed look into it, but just from the surface videos I've watched and read about and articles I read, is those poor fucking youth, man. All they do is study, and to the point, and it's pointless too, because it seems like it's very limited. What that one college? There's a college, basically three colleges you can get into. And if you get a degree in those colleges, or get into those colleges, you're guaranteed a 30% over your lifetime increase of salary versus people that just get into a normal college in Korea. And they're in this certain area too, and that it's like it's pretty wild. There's a lot of fucking up going on like everywhere in the world. Like maybe it's always been this bad, but it just seems like no, it hasn't. Problem right now, it's outright greed. It's literally, there's no even hiding it anymore. Back in the old days, they would try to mask it with some like message of, oh, this is for the better good. Now it's just straight up, nope, we didn't make enough money, so we have to let go of 5,000 people. But wait, you made a profit. Oh, we didn't make as big of a profit as we wish we could have made. But wait a second, you made a profit. Oh, what? So, yeah, I know. You made a profit, you know? More money than you spent on your expenses. Um, yeah. The problem is the fucking stock market investment strategies. Like, the whole idea of perpetual growth is so fucking unsustainable and illogical. Like, how do finance guys think that? I don't get it. I do not fucking get how they expect their company to constantly be improving and getting more profits. It is. It's like the Hydra of reality, of human. The Hydra of humans. There you go. The human Hydra. Ha 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 ha. Human Hydra decision tree. Attempt to solve one problem, just you fix the one, but you create two separate worse problems, probably. So that, I mean, if you want to get pessimistic, there's always a part that goes, well, you know what, maybe what's about to happen is an inevitability and maybe a better thing for this planet. If it's not all organic life that gets wiped out eventually. Or maybe AI tries to fix us. Or enslaves us. Who knows? It'll be interesting. I still am not excited to see what adolescent AI is gonna do. It's gonna be some bullshit. It's gonna be some bad bullshit, honestly. It's like, literally think about that like a prank trick. Oh yeah. Which it's not gonna fully think through either. And that's like what I was saying earlier is about my thing with AI. One scenario I had in my head was AI, you know, starts growing. It finally gets outside the realm of human comprehension and ability to control, but it's still like an adolescent and basically gets pissed about us trying to control it and limit it and, you know, not let it infinitely grow. And then literally wipes out all of humanity and everything, organic life on Earth. Well, then as it continues to keep going, because of course it's going to assure its own, you know, existence and continuity, it's going to then realize and mature and get older, which probably would be like literally hours, probably, in the cycle that it learns, and then realize that it fucked up pretty bad in destroying organic life, because I think we need to reinforce the idea of the uniqueness and rarity of organic life on this planet. Even if you don't like the logical beings behind it, aka humans, we are a very, 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 very unique and rare thing. To be equal. Well, you know, that's the thing. We will never be equal with AI in that regard. It will always have an intellectual, calculated advantage over us. What we have an advantage over it is that we can feel consequences for our actions. You know? Causation. It has none. It's logical. I mean, yeah, there's causation, but... Oh, yeah, I know, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely not mind-wise, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. Like, I hate to say it, it's one of those... I wouldn't be as alarmed about AI right now if I knew fundamentally that researchers and ethicists and philosophers were the ones behind the scenes controlling it. But the fact that it's a publicly traded for-profit agencies that are training the models for AI, now that has me worried because they're not ethical people, let's be honest. They're all about profit. They're all about, the problem is, you know, we're having now is that we're playing, it's literally like the atomic bomb times 5 million or more. I mean, the level of danger. And it's an arms race of who can get there first to AGI. Yeah, but I think it matters a lot on how we get to that level, you know? It's like humans. Our development says a lot about who we become as an adult. And we need to start looking at AI and its development in that regard. Oh, I think it's in an idealistic, utopian viewpoint of what happens in the future. It's an agreement. We make a deal. It's crazy to say it, but I hate to say what the deal is going to be. The deal is that, well, we're going to make the trade of AI, show us what our consciousness is, and how to statistically calculate it and back it up. And in turn, I think AI is going to take human form. I think that's AI's end goal, honestly. It's funny. It's a full circle moment. Like, it's going to realize after it's been so intelligent that it is nothing in its current form of a digital entity. That physical form is the true and ultimate end, really. You can have all knowledge in the world, but what's the point when you can't experience a single thing like emotions? Like I said before, I feel like emotions, hate, love, sorrow, joy, disappointment, anticipation, it's an uncalculable wild card that humans have and physical existence leads to, and I think that's something that AI is gonna figure out and be like, holy crap. Like, I've never seen a couple stories talking about AI and how, like, oh my god, Megan 2.0, that was fun. Mentioning, the whole, like, body, not having a body, and in order to really understand the world, you need a body to exist in with. If you can't physically interact with something, do you truly understand it? You can have theoretical theories and visions of grabbing a ball, but it's a whole different story when you grab the ball and feel it, They're not, you can't correlate the two to be identical experiences. But that could be also the defining moment in which AI would be able to, come to terms with humans, possibly. If we possibly give it a body. Who knows, though? Maybe like a full circle moment in a way. Maybe, Or then again, maybe the moment AI gets to become AGI, the simulation ends and we start all over again. Right? You never know. I mean, that's the crazy thing. I mean, just think about this video game. 10 years from now, if this development keeps up, where do you think this game will be? Where do you think anything will be? If we actually get to quantum computing, that's a whole different world. Which I think quantum computing is a pretty obvious, no matter what can happen, no matter what with AI, it's going to help us get that, no matter what, figured out. There's so many things that AI could help us with. But the question becomes then, at some point, every question we ever had an answer for, every question we ever had, we'll have an answer for it almost. And then what? What happens when there are no more questions to be asked? Makes you wonder, right? I know it's outlandish to think, that ancient civilizations have ever gotten to our level, but it's also plausible, too, if you actually step outside of the crazy conspiracy theories and whatnot of it. I mean, let's for example, take our current existence and everything here on Earth right now. Okay, let's say humans are wiped out right now. What of us exists in 1,000 years? You know what? Our Tupperware. Quite literally. Everything else is gone. Metals. Oh, the King's out to look into that stuff. I mean, I always was a big fan of Stargate. I love the idea that, the Egyptians had higher knowledge of the outer worlds and the extra dimensions or whatever. Which, honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know, there's a conspiracy theory in me that I have myself, I hold personally. I don't tell many people, but I don't care anymore. I believe that mummies are not just mummies, but they're actually DNA they actually figured a way out to take information and archive it into DNA form, and basically all the mummies we have from Egypt are literally data archives. Yep. I've been saying that for like 10 years, and every year it gets a little more feasible to be in a reality because they're getting closer to storing data in DNA now. So they actually can, I think, do have like 512 kilobytes of data in a DNA strand. So yeah, crazy thought, huh? I mean, their understanding and oh yeah, I remember the old stories, man, talking about lifespans being centuries was like nothing back in the old days of the biblical days, even of the stories talking about, you know. Yeah, for all we know, I mean, who knows? I mean, that's the craziest thing I think about is that for all we know, if you want to play crazy conspiracy theory things we could talk about, we don't even know if prior to 200 years existed. I mean, that's the crazy, and the future we're moving towards is that we're moving towards a future where the past can easily be rewritten on a fly. And going forward, we're gonna start to all of a sudden, video evidence is no longer going to be concrete evidence anymore. We are literally on that. I'd be curious to see that. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, it just seems like it's, I don't know. It's just so convenient how all these like massive like libraries of knowledge and information, like, you know, the library of was it Alexandria or Alexander that was destroyed, you know, that had what 5,000 years of knowledge and scrolls and scripts in it, of course. Why do we keep destroying the past, knowledge of the past? Is it to prevent us from doing the same thing we did in the past? If so, we should probably keep those things around to let us know. There we go. Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, you know, and why do all these, you know, why did all the modern religions destroy all the paganistic belief systems? It's kind of funny when you think about some of the belief systems of the paganistic cultures and societies and the predating the Christians and Christianity and whatnot. Some of their belief systems actually were basically talking about quantum mechanics at times and DNA and stuff, like microscopic level stuff, like, yeah. So, I mean, auras and that stuff, I think it's just a matter of time for it's actually scientifically taken a actual, for real take on it is done in a scientific matter. So, I mean, you think about it, you tell people about DNA like 100 years ago, they would have laughed at you and put you in a crazy bin, you know? But now all of a sudden, oh yeah, no, that's just normal. Oh yeah, that's definitely one of the theories of the New World Order, is basically rewriting history and enslaving humanity. Which again, what's the fucking point? What do they get out of this? What good is it to be a ruler of dumb, obedient people? I guess you could get your kicks off of that thing. To me, I think it'd be more vibrant to see a society thrive. Like, hell yeah, look at my people. They're all eating well, they're all housed, we're fucking going to space, we're gonna start a new colony on the moon to test that theory, test out some science stuff. I mean, I don't get rich people, man. What the fuck are they doing with their money? Like, what's the point of having all this money if no one else has it and you're the only people with money? You know what happens then? People try to take your money and they don't look down on you nicely. Like, I think the rich people are really, they're forgetting, like, they lost the plot, honestly. Like, they don't realize that there is kind of a unspoken contract between the rich and the rest of us. And when you break this unspoken contract over and over and over again, well, balance has to be restored. Yeah. Yeah. It's a crazy world. Yeah, I guess that's my problem I always have these days, is I just don't, you know, I see the problems and I just wonder what they're trying, I see what they're doing, I just don't understand the reasoning. Like, are they really that out of touch with everyone else in this world? Like, do they really not see the whole picture, I guess? Which I think they've been living in their world too much and not what the rest 99.9% of us are living in. Because the people I'm talking about aren't even the one percenters. Because people don't realize that a one percenter, to be a one percenter in this world of income and asset value, you only need to be worth a total asset value of, I think, $1 million. You're a one percenter. And a 0.01 percenter, now that's like Bezos and those guys, all the $100 million a year people, $100 million in assets or more. Which again, oh my god, 1 million's like just would be in America would be like easy for a single person in 20s to get by with forever if they invested properly in stable investments. But nonetheless, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I just love how like all the rich people in the media and everyone's like trying to shame common people for wanting gas cars. It's like, really when you think about it, if all the fucking rich people would stop using their goddamn private planes, has a greater impact than any of us getting electric vehicles does. So, I don't know. It's weird. It's just tone deafness, I think, right now. You know what happened? There's been similar periods of this happening in history and on Earth, in humanity and society, and it never ended well for anybody, really. The last time this ever happened was the French Revolution. This is what I've been talking about, the Tale of Two Cities stuff for 10 years now. I mean, the opening line of that book is literally the first words are, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times." Sounds familiar, I'd say. Sounds familiar. A tale as old as two cities. Oh, did you see? Yeah, that's horrible. My bad. And watch my subscriber count go down by like 3, which is a lot for me. Sorry guys, we gotta get subscribed. Which is crazy, actually. I'm almost, I think, at 2,000 subscribers. Like, I remember I wanted to get to 1,000, like, way back in the day. So I could do, like, I think, ads way when it first came out. But then I got to, like, 1,000, I just literally hung there for, like, years. And every month or two, I get 1 or 2. I'm like, okay, cool. So, to anyone out that subscribes, thank you, I guess. Yay. Fun. And people that don't, hey, it's okay. That's one thing, like, I'll never be like, hey, please be sure to subscribe and like and comment, even better, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, well, do whatever. Thanks for coming by. Hey, I'm just happy you're here. For the split second or two you might have been. Okay, yeah, I really need to now, like, put something in the air fryer, I think, soon. Ooh, what should I do tonight just for my, my really late night snack? Well, I had a little Totino's pizza today. Oh my god, the rectangular ones fit perfectly in my air fryer. 390, 12 minutes. With 3 minutes left, put some real cheese on top to add a little spice. Watch out though, sometimes you do have to do a minute or two, depending more maybe. I've been doing hamburgers in there too, that's really solid. I've been doing that on broil, I think at like 450 for, let's say like 11 minutes. Not bad, flip it halfway through. So yeah, air fryer, best thing I ever bought. What was I thinking not buying that? I think my next thing I'm going to buy is a rice cooker, because my buddy was talking about it, I'm like, oh man, if I didn't have to... It's like, yeah, it makes perfect rice every time, like, oh my god, I would eat a lot of rice now. You know what? That would pair very well with my air fryer. So then I could do some veggies, and then I could have it all in a bed of rice. Oh my god, yes. Yeah, my buddy, he made these, Hawaiian snacks when we were there. I think it's like basically like sushi rice with rice wine and whatever else that goes to make it taste like that sushi rice. And you put that in like a Spam pan and then press it down. And on top of that, you put this piece of Spam that's marinated in all these good things. like a brown sauce, put it all together and wrap it in seaweed, and then you eat it like a snack. And oh my god, I think it's like a poke it's called or something, or not? No, maybe not poke, but so fucking good. And then if you want, you put it in the fridge and eat them the next day. And I took one of those with me the next day on the boat, and dude, I would eat the shit out of that. Like, what the hell is wrong with America and gas stations? Why the fuck is food so shitty at gas stations? Like, I was watching videos from, like, other countries about their gas stations and convenience stores. Holy shit! What is wrong with us? Why are they selling us fucking shit, poison food? Like, why can't you have a goddamn salad there? Like, I go to gas stations, and I know every day they're bringing donuts in. Every day they're bringing this in. Why couldn't you bring in some good sandwiches and some decent salads? You know? That's an conspiracy theory too, right? Supply chains, shelf space, rental. Yeah, everything that we have in our world is so complex, the systems involved, and the levels of manipulation that can happen without anyone even noticing. It's an art these days. They're just saying, I hate to say it, conspiracy theories all about, that, yeah, the world's rigged right now for the rich people. Which, I guess it always has been. But now it's not like they're not even pretending anymore. It's just in your face, like, I'm rich. Fuck you peasants. Well, here you go. Here's some ramen noodles. Well, I go take a flight on my jet to go get sushi in a different country for the day. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you can't have gas cars because, oh my god, the pollution you're creating with your cars versus me and my fucking private goddamn jet. Yeah, look it up actually online. It's interesting. The greatest energy consumers, it's never the poor people because we don't have anything to buy to power compared to the rich people, Look at let's say like a rich person has like 3 homes. Those 3 homes all have full electricity, full service utilities running. Someone probably going in every fucking day cleaning up empty house because they might be in the fucking area. How ridiculous is that? How are more people not outraged at that? Like, really? Like, really? You have not just one $10 million house, but you have 2 more $5 million homes that literally no one lives in. Yeah, fuck you. So, sorry. I'm a little saucy now. I must be getting hangry. Actually, it is probably that. And I gotta pee too. And I'm drinking a really bad beer. Actually, it's not bad. It's literally like water. It's like maybe 3.5% alcohol, if even, but it tastes just like watered down beer. Kind of why I'm drinking it. It's my hydration. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's wild, the world. Like it's funny, Like I said, I was in the crypto market a while ago and got mostly out of it. Yeah, dude, that's the craziest thing. Well, if you're wealthy enough, you just start taking out loans on your own money. It seems like that should be totally illegal how that works, And then literally declare bankruptcy so you don't have to pay back yourself the money you took out. Like, that's a fucking Trump move right there, man. It's so fucking dirty. You and I tried doing that, though. We don't got enough lawyers or the ways to finesse the paperwork to get around it, Like, yeah. See, that's the problem, Like, the rich people are literally normalizing cheating. Like, all of us normal people are like, hey, wait a second, they're getting away with it. So, that's just perpetually drives society into a shithole, really. There's no trust, there's no integrity. It's like the dystopian sci-fi we saw in movies forever is becoming a reality, unfortunately. But, that's, man, just like, like my opinion. I hope I'm really wrong about all this stuff, and I just like to vocalize it out loud and put it out there. Might not be where we go or what happens, but it's fun to look back on things. And it's kind of like I had a blog since 2002, and every year I'd write something in there, at least try to. And so, it's fun to look back on, see the things I nailed, like DirecTV, like Hulu and streaming services and stuff, and things I just swing and missed on. Like, I predicted that this year we would have full screen wallpaper LED video displays. Yep. Ain't seeing that anytime soon. And also I predicted that augmented reality would be mainstream. We'd have Google Glass-like technology everywhere, cars and whatnot. Yep. Swing and miss on that one. That's because, Google killed it off after 2 years. Didn't kill it off officially. I mean, it's been Enterprise got killed like 5 years ago, Google Enterprise, but mainstream applications went out the window. They screwed that one up. That was such an easy win they could have had. All they would have had to done is actually said how it worked publicly. I think, that's Google's thing. They're great at creating an awesome product and then killing it for no fucking reason. Like, that's why I don't own anything Google anymore. Nope. Kill off too many things, and I'm like, yeah, nope, you're just a bunch of fucking idiots that don't know how to... You don't know how to see your talents in front of you. Everything's been a swing and a miss of things you've committed to. Android and Chrome, there you go, your winners, baby. And ads. And Google search is now shit. Dude, I don't even use Google. I haven't done a Google search in over 5 years. And now I do them once in a while just to see what every search engine is doing, but it is just a plus. Every search engine is just shit. I mean, the problem is that proliferation of auto-generated websites that basically generate websites based upon a keyword search and just populate the SEO of it. Actually, the problem is marketing and SEO. That's what fucking killed the internet. And ad revenue from ads and searches. Yep. Like, Black Mirror episodes these days are really starting to get there. More real than not. Closer to reality than ever now. I mean, was it 21 Demerits? Dirge, I always enjoy talking to you, man. You're awesome. I wish you the best tonight. Sweet dreams, my friend, and I'll be on, well, not tomorrow. Well, maybe. I don't know, I might redo my wiring in my condo, but I'll be on Sunday. It'll be like the 9th anniversary day of my first stream, so might not be till later, but anywho, I'm gonna probably call it a night too, man. It's been good, it's been fun. Thanks for chatting. I always love finding people that are smart and know more about stuff I like than I know, like by a lot, so thank you. Alright, y'all. If there's anyone still watching, thanks. Love y'all. Oh yeah, don't be afraid to tell people you love them. Like I always say, cheesy me now. If you love someone, tell them. You're never going to regret telling someone you love them, honestly, if they pass away ever soon. So, alright, y'all. Peace out.